Have you?
No. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Who 186?
Start over. Your microphone just went haywire.
Is it still?
Oh my gosh, man.
It's still going?
Uh, okay. I think you're good. Start over. Hoovy 186. Hoovy 186 is gone for the moment, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the traditionalist 101, and we are.
No, my mic's not working.
Yeah, I can see that. The podcast just started and already more technical difficulties. But gentlemen, this is the traditionalist 101
Hello.
with the co-host Hoovy 186,
Hello.
and yeah,
You can you hear me?
now I can. Yes,
Okay. The noise is gone, right?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Yeah, and I don't know what episode we are in. Who has that
100.
information? Oh yeah, this is our official 100 episode. Awesome!
Yeah.
Fine, we finally made it to 100. We
Yeah.
definitely could have made it there earlier if we did more than one podcast a week. But it's finally good to reach 100. That is awesome. And before I say something, I thought you was planning on buying a new headphone and mic. What happened with that?
I got a bunch of shit I have to do.
Well, when you said that you was going to buy one or you were on your way to buy one, I was on the assumption that you bought it.
Guys, when I get that stuff, you'll be the first one to know. I got a lot of other shit that I have to deal with right now.
Okay.
Now we are on our 100th episode. Now I wanted it to be a little bit more special, but actually I have a couple ideas, right? And actually let me see if I can find this article real quick. Cause yeah, like you said, 100 episodes is pretty crazy. I mean, we've done more than
You-
100.
you're making noise again.
What the hell is wrong with this mic? Hold on a second. So you have to understand, it's not coming from. I can't hear it. Whatever you're hearing, I can't hear it.
I guarantee I could hear it. Of course, you're not going to be able to hear it. Um, because you remember you're sending the noise out to us so we could hear it. So of course you're not going to hear it. The signal's going to us. They could hear it, and I'm sure. Yeah, I could, hear it, and I'm sure that they could hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
If
don't know.
you if anybody in the
Is
chat
it gone,
could,
is it gone now?
yeah, it's gone now.
Okay.
Try again. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Um, let me see. Let me see if I can find, because there was an article that came out. I think it was a while ago, right? And obviously you've heard. I don't know if you ever seen this article about the 100 greatest video games of all time.
100. Oh, okay.
And what I wanted to do is I wanted to go over the list, but there's like several lists here. I know IGN has a list. Um, GQ Britain has a list. Has a list. Um,
Does GameSpot have one?
yeah, I think everyone has one,
Okay.
but I'm looking for one that's this year. Then there's a couple that was this year. Let me.
Oh, okay. I thought the list was the overall, like throughout, like all the history of gaming.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Um, I'm gonna look to one that's this year, and I thought that it would be a cool thing for the community to have kind of like a podcast to discuss the list.
Okay.
You know what I mean? To see if we agree with the list or whatnot.
So is that going to be in for today, or that's like a
No, no, no,
special?
a special one.
So this Thursday.
Not this. Let's because I want to get obviously I want to get obviously me you, but I would like to include the entire community, everyone
Oh,
on the
okay.
Discord.
Everyone on in the everyone live, pretty
Yeah,
much.
in the Discord. Yeah,
Oh, in the Discord.
yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant on the podcast. Okay.
I mean, yeah. If they're like everyone, most of the people we invite are in the Discord.
Okay, sure.
So that yeah, it's just gonna take some time to kind of get it set up because we're not gonna stream it on StreamYard. We're likely gonna stream it on Discord.
Okay. You have Discord on your computer?
Yeah, but that's one of the problems. It's not working right now. That's one of the
Okay.
that's one of the problems. But if we can't do it, then we'll do it on here. I don't care.
Okay.
We'll do it on here. But yeah. So in the next couple of weeks, we will do a top 100 greatest games of all time podcast. Like I said, it'll be me, Steve, and anybody else who wants to show up. Anybody else from the Discord wants to show up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
So that was kind of like the idea that I wanted to float to you for our 100th episode. But since my life been crazy, your life been crazy, I kind of forgot that that this was episode 100 for a second.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me shout out some people. Obviously Malta. And fun fact: the first time Malta was on the show was episode 8. That was the first time he was on the show, episode 8.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I listened to that episode again randomly. Conspiracy Agent is here as well. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, conspiracy agent? We
Yeah,
haven't we still haven't able to talk, man. We gotta talk about all the stuff that's been happening to us, man. We gotta catch up, bro.
yeah. So obviously he gave us a congratulations. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And
Appreciate that, bro.
Nolan's here as well. Thank you, Nolan, for joining us.
Awesome,
So
Nolan.
yeah, so what's been your thing this week? What's been going on with you?
Just pretty much work, and I was also in a, let me see, it was mainly work, and then Sunday, well, we had an amazing church service, and after the service, me, the pastor, and four other guys, we all decided to go out and eat, and just talk and fellowship, talk about what's been going on with the world.
Where'd you guys eat at?
Longhorn. Longhorn.
Oh, no, okay.
Longhorn's like I've eaten there before, but their food is pretty good. I'm really impressed. With Longhorns on food, especially the appetizers, terrific. Just absolutely terrific. So I did that, and um I forgot to bring the mic over. I should have brought the mic. It's still in the car, but I think I already said it in the podcast, but they officially made me a leader in the well, at least one of the leaders in one of the clinics. Um, and it's a true honor to actually, and I only been there only for just a couple months, and but I am like committed to save as much children as possible, and continue to just give God glory and thankful for the opportunity that I have to see if I could change some lives and stuff like that. So it's so a lot's been happening. I finally like after like for quite a bit. I worked out early this morning. My goodness, I just felt completely way out of shape. So I made a promise to myself. I made a commitment to work out twice a day, for at least the next several months, probably at the until at the end of the year. So I'm gonna work out early morning, and then I'm gonna work out before bed. It's gonna be hard, but the fact that I just felt like so sluggish at the gym. And when I looked at myself, I said, okay, obviously I picked up a little bit of weight. Time to give it a this thing. So I'm actually looking forward, for that journey. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I read the last issue with Street Fighter 6. My goodness, it was really good, really, really, really good. Like Ken and Luke was just duking it out, man. Like Luke found Ken, and man, like they went at it. They went at it, and Luke is like calling Ken, "Oh, that was a cheap shot," and all the other. They're just talking trash with each other. It was very good. And speaking of, before you tell us all the journey you've been going through, all
Mhm.
the chaotic stuff you've been going through. How are you liking the game? That's the first one, and the second question is, are you ready to put Street Fighter 6 in the tier list yet?
Um. Well, yeah, I always have. I've been liking the game a lot. Well, okay. So the first thing you asked me was, am I liking the game? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, obviously, I'm liking it a lot. In fact, that's why I remember. I blinked out for a second. I'm going to be doing a review of. Hold on a second. There's someone at the door. Give me one moment. All right.
Okay, so more interruptions, but that's fine. Look, yeah, so I've been really enjoying Street Fighter 6. I've been enjoying the comics on Street Fighter 6. Unfortunately, it is only 4 issues, which is it's a bummer. Usually Street Fighter comics in general, their issues are pretty long. They go for a really long time. But I think Street Fighter 6 is the shortest issue out of all of them. I believe it is. But overall, I think the game is just phenomenal. I'm trying to learn as much as possible. The most of the characters do play a little differently now, but my goodness, the game is so good. If you guys, those of you that's watching right now, I'm telling you, you need to get Street Fighter 6. Even if you're not really a fighting game, a fighting gamer, you're gonna enjoy this game, man. This game is just phenomenal. Are you there? Are you back? No, he's not back. All right. So until he gets back, so Ruben, you said amen. Yeah, amen, man. It's I just have to continue to thank God, and I also pray for consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever you try to serve the Lord, the devil is gonna try to distract you. He's gonna try to distract you. He's gonna try to make you fall. But you just got to continue to pick up that cross and and walk with Christ. You know what I mean? Like it's one of the best things that you will ever enjoy, especially spiritually, is to have a relationship with God and continue to do good works glorifying Him. So at the end of the day, man, I'm blessed, and I just gotta continue to do good work, and you know hopefully things will continue to get better for me, for my family, and for all of you guys, the rest of you. So I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait till Hoovy gets back. It looks like whoever that's at the door, he has to, I guess, socialize with him. I thought he was just gonna answer the door and then head straight back over here. But anyway, I hope everyone else has been doing great. While Hubi gets here, I'm gonna be talking about Final Fantasy 16. All the crazy news that's been going on with Final Fantasy 16 has actually got me petrified. Actually, got me worried a little bit because it seems to be causing a little problems with the console, which is why that's going to be one of our topics that we're going to be discussing. And but Hubi's going to go first with his experience with AEW. And I was looking at some gameplay footage as far as AEW, and it looks like the game is fun. But I don't necessarily think it's going to be as fun as the SmackDown games that was in the past. Whether if it was know your well not know your role, but shut your mouth. I think that was probably one of the best SmackDown games of all time, in my opinion. But I don't think AEW will be able to match that, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna try to see if I could play it over at Hubi's house um, and see for myself how the game is. Well, anyway, but what's been going on with the rest of you, man? Like Nolan, conspiracy agent. Like, what's been going on with you all? Malta, what's been going on with you? Like, any news, any update that you would like to share? Any questions that you want to ask? Because obviously, Hoover's going to take a long time, as you can see. So, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask, like shoot away, man. Um, let me see where he's at. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see where he's at. Uh, well, who we still not back yet. So there was this real quick article that I wanted to share, and it said that I'm reading from my phone, and it said that despite being a $1 billion industry, video games are something of a dying medium. That's very interesting. That's very interesting because video games is has always been one of the things that we use as far as entertainment to escape reality, so to speak. And it's especially during the time when COVID had happened, there was a huge drastic increase in video game sales, during COVID because everybody was obviously stuck in their house. They couldn't get anywhere. Everybody was too afraid to hang out with their families. um I was just in disbelief of how if it just felt like, okay, wow, we actually have something to do, playing video games or playing video games online or whatnot. I thought that really was able to calm everybody down and not get all depressed or get filled with anxiety or panic attacks and whatnot. Because frankly, there was a lot of people that actually committed um, they expired, I should probably say. I don't want this podcast to get in any trouble because of they were locked up in their house, and they felt like they were prison in their own homes. And so I think video games was just a way for everybody to just escape reality, just escape and just enjoy. So reading this article, it kind of really surprised me. It says the Video Game History Foundation partner with Software um, Preservation Network, an organization intent to advancing software throughout collection action, to release a report on the disappearance of classic video games.
Okay,
Classic,
hey, listen, right? I have family over. Just give me like 3-4 minutes, all right?
of course.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, I knew something was going on, but let me continue. So it says classic and quote unquote in this case has been defined as all games released before 2010, which the VGHF noted is the year when digital game distribution started to take off. In the study, two groups found that 80%, 87% of these classic games are not in release and considered critically endangered due to their widespread unavailability. One example from the papers in 2006, Yakuza on PlayStation 2, it's been remade in the form of 2016 Yakuza, which was hailed as excellent. But as the VGHF specified, Yakuza is a complete remake from the ground up and should be considered a separate title, especially since the original game is no longer in print. Let me see if there's anything else. For accessing nearly 9 to 10 classic games, there are fewer options. Seek out and maintain vintage collectible games and hardware travel across the country to visit a library of piracy, co-director Kelsey had wrote. None of those options are desirable, which means most video games are inaccessible to all but the most diehard dedicated fans, and that's pretty grim. So it seems like what they're saying is that a lot of games seems to be disappearing, and either people just don't know about them, or obviously when there's no remaster, if there's no remakes, if there's no way, if the only way for you to play a particular game, let's say that was on the PS1, for example, or on the PS2, and it has never been re-released, the only way for you to have access to those games is if somebody decides to sell it. If you are not able to download games, downloading the ROMs and emulators and things like that. And you see, was one of the reasons why I have always said that game preservation has always been important to me. We were able to experience old classic games, especially the AAA titles back in the day. But if you don't have access to them the same way how you have access to music, the same way how you have access to all these movies and all these TV series, I feel that video games should be in the exact same position as those two other mediums, as those two other avenues. You know what I'm saying? Um, but unfortunately, we don't have that luxury when it comes to games. We have the luxury of everything else, but when it comes to games, it seems like they're just non-existent. Because Hoovy had said before, well, you're gonna have to pretty much keep all of your old consoles if you want to play all of these old games. And I think that as time continues to pass and things starts to evolve and technology starts to evolve, and with the constant innovation when it comes to the cloud, we should have access just to with just about every single game that ever exists, in my opinion. Especially now that eventually cloud is going to be the standard. Every game should be on the cloud, at least the old games. If you're not interested in making a remake or remaster or just re-release these older titles, then this should be available on the cloud. And I'm sorry, when PlayStation gave us, the PlayStation Classic, they didn't give us enough games. They only had like 20 games in there. That's not enough. But all the thousands upon thousands of games that was released over time for the PS1, you only gave us 20. That's unexcusable. And it's and Nintendo, and I'm also accusing Nintendo for doing the exact same thing. If you are going to give us a classic console, you need to try to give us as many games as possible. You know what I'm saying? Whether if it's first party or third party for that matter, you need to give us as much games as possible. Um, because when it comes to game preservation, I just think that think of it this way: if we were not able to listen to any more, you know how pissed off people would be if we were not able to listen to any more Tupac or Michael Jackson or Prince. Like if we were not able to listen to any of those guys anymore, like if the music was lost, like a lot of people would really be irate about that. Especially me, I would be highly upset, regarding that. So the fact that we don't have the fact that these games are disappearing really takes me off a lot. It really really upsets me. Looks like there's a lot of noise going back there. Okay, I think he put me on mute or something. But yeah, if can you imagine if we were no longer able to watch older movies, or listen to older music, a lot of people would not be. Trust me, a lot of people would not be happy. A lot of people would not be happy. So at the end of the day, if people are going to constantly make emulators and download all these ROMs, I will I will always support them for the simple fact that we do not have access to these games. And
Hi, Steve.
is that you, Whitney?
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on?
Hi. How you doing?
What's up? Wow,
I
you're
know.
this is a really big surprise.
Oh,
Uh,
shut up, Steve.
oh my gosh, this is
Oh my
a,
gosh.
a
So you
major
and my brother
surprise.
do a podcast?
Yeah, so this is the first time you know about this,
I mean, no, no, he's told me before, but
but you never
this is-
watched us though. You
oh
never,
my god, don't do me like
yeah,
that. I don't do podcast.
you never watched us not one time.
Oh my god. I'm not into the okay, sorry. Yes, you're right. I should support. You are
Yeah,
absolutely
yes,
right.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, okay, I got you. I don't
No
know how to
support.
do it. Shut up. Okay, I don't know how do you subscribe or whatever. I don't know. I'm old.
Wait a minute,
How do
wait a
you
minute, wait a minute.
do
No,
all
no,
that?
no, 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 no. Like even the Gen X's and the boomers know how to use YouTube. I know for a fact
Okay.
you know how to use YouTube.
I mean, I know how to get on it, but yeah. What
So
I do, I just find your channel and I just subscribe, right? Is that
yeah.
how that go?
So you mean to tell me you never known how to subscribe to a channel?
Oh my god. I don't really subscribe to channels or anything. I don't know.
Oh, you
I'm
for
old,
real?
Steve. Yes, sorry.
You're
Trying to
not
keep
you're not you're
up
not you're
with
not that old. You're like what,
oh, don't
36?
hey. It's not polite to say a woman's age, okay?
Oh, please. Look,
That's not polite.
we're not living in the old days like before, right? Like
It's not polite.
you ladies need to like
You late.
get off
Oh,
of
here
that.
we
You know what
go.
I'm saying? Like
Here we go.
face reality. Everyone gets old, including the women. I'm so sorry, Whitney.
Yes. Okay. All right. All right. But that doesn't mean we want our ages to be disclosed. A little mystery, sir. A little
Okay.
mystery doesn't hurt. Okay.
Okay. How's
Okay.
so who else is over there? I heard a lot of commotion back there. Who else is here?
Just two of my girls. The other one, she's home. So I just came by and visited and say hello to
Oh,
the
okay.
peeps.
Teddy's not there.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he needs to watch the podcast too. You need to tell him, hey, Steve said you need to watch the podcast too. Like, what's
Okay,
going on here?
I'm subscribed. Okay, whatever that means. I'm subscribed.
Now, not
Hey,
unsubscribe,
I say
subscribe.
I'm subscribed. Subscribed.
Golly.
Oh my god, how long y'all been doing this?
I think it's been a year and a half. I think
Oh wow. Oh, look at
it,
y'all.
either a year and a half or 2 years. One of them. But I know it's around that ballpark.
Oh. Oh, that's cool.
It's
You
around
guys
that
just talk
ballpark.
about like gaming and stuff like that? Or
Gaming, sports, and
okay.
a little bit about life. Like he'll give me a little leeway about comics, also, but just
Oh.
very, very, very small. Mainly things that you don't care about.
Oh wow. Okay, harsh. A
Yeah,
little harsh.
I mean
He's like mainly
it's
things I don't care about. That's what he said.
you don't care about video games and sports that much.
I
You don't.
mean, no, I like my sports. Don't do me like that. But yeah, I mean, I like games. I don't like
You still
obviously
play games?
not nowhere
Oh,
near,
exactly. See, you
nowhere
don't play.
near. But that doesn't mean I won't hop on every now and again. But
What
yeah,
games do you play?
not nowhere near.
What
Yeah,
games do you
mostly
play?
like fighting games. That's it, really.
Which one?
Tekken. Which oh, this is the new one.
Tekken what?
Oh my gosh, Steve! He's
Yeah.
making fun of me. When did you get this
Oh,
one?
oh gosh.
Why you didn't get me one?
I didn't know you wanted it.
Gosh, he's showing me the Street Fighter. Which one is this one? Deluxe edition. Oh, six. Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, Street Fighter Six.
Just let me know. Let me know in the quick chat, man. We'll see what we can do.
All right. Let's see if I can cash you out a little something, something. Brother, hook me up. Okay, how are you doing? How's
Yeah,
family?
yeah, family's good. Everyone's good. Gina's doing well. McKinley's doing well. And I always had a bone to pick with your brother because every time when you have parties, I get upset with him that he
Oh,
doesn't
did he don't
invite.
tell you?
That Yeah, and then I told him I know for a fact that Woody would never ever mind if I would
Oh yeah, no.
support her. Yeah,
Exactly.
but he never invited me to any of your outings. Never.
Aw.
So
Okay,
don't
well
have,
we're gonna change that, okay? Because this year
yeah.
I have my oldest, she's gonna be a senior coming up. So, I have 18 and birthday, and then I got graduation. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do all that. But yeah.
Okay. Make sure is he next to you?
Oh no, he just stepped out the room. But no, I'll get on him. Don't you
Yeah.
worry.
Yeah, get
I'll
get
get
on
on
him
him about
that
that.
he needs to start inviting me to this stuff.
Of
Well, you know what,
course.
what we need, like, you do you have IG?
Yeah. I think I,
Oh
I
yeah.
think we follow each other, matter of fact.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll get your number, and
Okay, cool.
then whenever there's like activities and stuff like that, we'll invite each other. I'll
Okay.
buy I'll bypass Hoovy. I'll bypass him, and then I'll go directly straight to the source.
I know, yeah. Y'all hook me, like, yeah, invite me to things. Like, I work from home now, so it's like I'm going a little stir crazy. So like every now and again, just get me out the
Oh
house.
snap! What you do?
I do coding, medical coding, but
Oh,
I
medical
just
coding.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I just recently transferred to do auditing. So like that, that took me home. So before I was in the office, and now I'm doing work from home. So it's nice. Don't get me wrong. There's perks, but I just me being home that's the only adjustment. Like I'm having to like it really messes up with my mind. 'Cause I like to be home, but not all the time. You know what I mean? Like
Are you kidding me? That's luxury,
no,
man.
I know, Steve. I know, I
That
know.
is luxury right
I don't
there.
mean to sound like, but I'm not used to being home like that much.
Oh my gosh, that's
I
that's.
a little break in between doesn't hurt. You know what I mean?
I would love to be home instead of going to work, wasting gas, and then seeing my.
I
Oh
know.
no, 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 no. No,
Who said who Rube said Whitney not what? Whitney not gonna
That's what I was laughing.
First, I
Oh
never say
man,
I never
that,
seen
that is so.
I
That
just
is.
don't subscribe. I don't
These
think.
comments are so funny. Look. Ruben says, "Oh,
Ah!
subscribe." That's what you said. That's exactly what you
Oh
said.
my gosh.
And conspiracy agent says, "Oh, lol, what's a YouTube?"
Okay. All right. Yeah. Funny guys. Real
Oh,
funny.
that's awesome, man.
Okay.
These guys are awesome, man. Oh, these guys are awesome.
Oh, I didn't
They're
mean to
just.
interrupt your podcast, but okay, people, I've heard of YouTube. Like let's not be I'm not that dinosaur. I just yeah, there's a lot of stuff I don't know.
You're not that
Unfortunately.
dinosaur,
I'm not that much of a dinosaur, no. I'm old
really.
school, but I'm just not like what's up with the whole threads thing? What's really threads? Can someone explain to me what's threads?
What do you
What
mean?
is that? Threads, like what is it? It's another platform to just
Well, I never
message
heard. Oh, I never heard of them.
threads?
You, are you talking about, like, are you talking about an app that's called Threads?
I don't know if it's another platform like I guess IG or whatever. I think they're
Oh yeah,
connected.
done. No, I never heard of them. Never heard of them. If it's an if
Threads.
it's if it's another app like a IG or Facebook, I never heard of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So you
never,
don't know.
never,
I
never.
definitely don't know. Okay.
Yeah,
You
I don't
say
know.
this and then watch you start getting threads and all that stuff.
Do you have a TikTok?
No, I'm not. If people have been trying to get me on TikTok, no, I don't have TikTok.
You don't have TikTok. Do
No.
do you have do
Should
you
I
do you?
get one?
No, no, I don't think so. So you have Snapchat though, right?
Nope. No
Oh,
Snapchat.
oh, cool. Okay, cool. Oh,
That's cool.
X, another social platform from
Oh, Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg.
Mm.
Okay. What's going on, F? Man, glad you're here. Glad that you are here. Oh, so Whitney, when's your next event or next birthday party or next
That is
get together or graduation, whatever?
TBA. Well, graduation is, usually it's what, May, June of next year. So 2024, class of 2024. Woohoo! Yeah. So
Okay,
I might do a little something at my house or something. We'll see. We'll see.
okay.
I'm still like, I have to do senior pictures and
Mm-hmm.
it's so much.
That just reminded me. Do you still remember that last picture you and I took
Uh,
together?
were we in Hollywood or something like that?
Yeah, when
Hollywood.
we was helping Hoovy with the mattress, and you and I took a picture, and your ex got really jealous when he saw.
Okay. Vividly, sort of,
Oh,
kind of.
oh man,
Who had you have it? You have that picture or?
I think it was Manuel that was really upset. I think it was
Uh,
him, your
uh,
ex.
what do you
Yeah.
even think to mention? Oh my god. Who is that?
Ah,
Okay.
oh man, oh man, oh man. That the memories.
Yeah, memories.
Wow,
When's the last
wow.
time you've been like to Hollandale, like that school? Did we ever have like a what do you call it, like a high school reunion, or did anybody set that up? I know you didn't.
I never I didn't go. I didn't go to a high school reunion. I wish I did, but I never gone. Never. Have
Oh,
you?
I don't keep up with anybody. Well, I would say that's my fault because I don't keep up with anybody, so I have no idea. I'm sure they had one because we're coming up. Well, we already passed 10 years, so I'm sure
Wait a
they had
minute.
one.
Wait a minute. You don't talk to anybody from high school? What happened to your best friend Farah? Do you talk to her?
Sarah.
Uh
Sarah's not my best friend. I
oh,
just
I thought.
knew her.
Oh, okay. Wow.
My best friend. What are you talking about?
I
I
thought
mean,
she
no
was like,
shade, but I mean,
damn, damn.
I
So
don't
you
know.
don't keep up with anyone from high school? Anyone at all?
Not, unfortunately, no. I kind of like became reclusive or something. I don't know. I just no, not really.
Not one person?
Why you putting me on the spot?
Not one?
Oh man. I mean, I follow people from high school. I just,
No, 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 no,
it's
no,
it's
no.
not like a
I'm talking
everyday.
about talking, hanging out. Hey, what's up, girl? Like, how you
I
doing, girlfriend?
mean,
Like, do you
the
go out?
first few years, when you first get out, yeah, I tried like here and there, but I don't know. I don't know. No, not really, honestly.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, I
So
know.
sad, so
I know.
sad.
Shut up. I
Not
know. I
not
know.
one, not one.
Mm, yeah,
Dang, that's
I became my own little. I don't know. I just be in my little hole and I just chill and do what I got to do and take care of my business. I don't know. What you want me to do?
I guess that's what happens when you have kids and a husband. You just all of your friends you just no longer associated with them
But
anymore.
it's like I mean, it doesn't have to be like that, but it's like, it was just different for me. So, I just didn't feel like a part of the group, or I don't know. I just kind of stayed to myself and did my thing. So, yeah.
So okay, so now that you um
Still
now
using
that the
dial-up
girls
internet.
are the girls going to be like leaving for college, or are they going to be staying?
No, they're probably gonna be staying, most likely.
Okay.
Most likely.
Okay.
Leave. Who you see how this world is nowadays? No. I want them to be right close to my hip.
Oh.
And then besides that, it's not like it's more expensive to be out on your own. Like, are you kidding me? Like how I was able to
Oh.
leave early, there's no way. There's no way in not the way this world's set up right now. Nah, I
Um,
rather stay home, do your education, work, do what you gotta do, save up. You know,
save up.
if you can, yes. When everything is not solely on you, yeah, it's easier to save up.
Ah, I mean,
What you mean?
saving has been nearly impossible for so many people.
Oh yeah.
I feel real bad for him.
Oh yeah.
I feel really, really, really bad.
What happened, Yana? Yana, say hi.
Can she see me? Can
um,
she?
I think she could. Well, right now she's her uncle is distracting her with
Yeah. What's taking having us so long? What's he doing?
oh, hey,
Yeah.
he's asking for you.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Nice talking to you, Steve.
Yeah.
We'll chat again, okay?
Don't forget to tell Hoovy what I said. You matter of fact, tell him right
Oh,
now.
oh, yeah. He said he had a bone to pick with you because every time I have events and stuff, you never invite him, which I don't know why you don't invite him because,
Thank you.
you know.
Thank you.
So, yeah. So he's going to bypass you and we will conversate when we have
That's
like,
what I told him in the first place.
Yes.
yes,
That's what I told him in
we
the
will
first
have
place.
a
You know, if he
conversation.
had a Facebook, it would have been easier. Now
Facebook. I barely be on that.
well, he has an Instagram.
Yeah. I told him and I follow each other on Instagram.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. He'll be bypassed from now on. That
Okay.
dude can't do anything right. But yeah, we'll bypass him from now on.
Oh, that's not nice. And they're making fun of me on the thing. Conversate, Ruben.
Oh man, Ruben's hilarious.
Like,
Oh gosh.
grammar police over there. Jeez.
Okay. All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, because of you, this has to be the most overrated 100 episode in any podcast of all time.
Well,
Because of you,
most episodes are special episodes, so
this is all your fault. Just to let you know, this is your fault.
it's fine. We only have a couple topics, so we'll be fine. We'll be fine, bro. Like, yeah. So I'm back. Yes, that was my sister. She's 1 year younger than me, so she's my favorite sibling. I have two other siblings that
Don't you have more from different families?
I don't consider them family. The one that I have are I have three siblings, and the one you just heard, I'm the oldest, and she's the second. She's the second one. I'm top tier. She's second tier. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but you still have other siblings from the other side of the family.
Like I said, I don't consider them family
Why?
because I don't.
Okay.
Because I don't. And Ruben, I prefer your role, and you said I need to advertise more. I advertise. What?
Ruben. I'm glad that you said that, Ruben. Because it's not for him to be called
Hey,
out.
come here.
It's not for him to be called out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every single time I told this dude, when if you have anybody that could come into the podcast, invite them to the podcast. And his response is, "Oh, well, I posted on Twitter. I posted on Twitter. Like everybody is on that you follow on Twitter is going to listen to the
It's
podcast.
the
That's not enough.
it's the social media that I use the most. I don't even have Facebook on my phone. I don't use it.
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't use it. No, I
Yeah,
don't.
sure.
I don't use
Well,
Facebook.
you can still use it as marketing, and everyone he doesn't use Facebook to advertise. He doesn't use IG to advertise. Oh, he just used Twitter. That's it.
How would I advertise on IG?
Just invite people who you know on IG.
I did.
Yeah, sure you do.
Anyway.
You told me that you don't.
No, I did that for Facebook.
Hmm.
But there is a new app that I'm probably going to get once I get a new phone, and that's Trends. You've heard of that, right?
No, Whitney. I think she said, "Oh, Trent." She said Threads. I'm like, what the hell is Threads? Okay, but go
I
ahead.
think is it Threads or Trends? I think it's one of those two. But it's the one that you can connect with your Instagram. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'll get that once I get a new phone because I need a new phone. My phone is fucking garbage. Um, Whitney's not gonna pretend that she don't know, she never seen a subscribe button. She's not technically savvy like me. She's not technically savvy yet.
So don't give me that crap. She's seen that subscribe button before. All you got to do is press it. That's it.
I mean, I did it for her, so she's good. All right, so oh yeah, so F is so F. Oh crap. Yeah.
Shut the door, man.
Oh, you can hear everything. Yeah, my niece, my little one, just broke something. No, no, that's fine. Um, another social media platform from Zuck. Yeah. From F, conspiracy agent said that Zuck is a lizard. Who would win in a fight between Zuckerberg and Elon Musk?
Um, I guess Elon Musk. I think.
Yeah, I'll probably say so too. He's bigger. Well, FYI, if they do fight, I'm not watching it unless we steal it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that shit at all. Ibram Summers. I don't think this is the first time. I think it's the first time I've seen this person here. He said that my sister uses Rumble. I don't think so. I think that's more your speed, Steve.
What's going on, Ibram Summers? I'm trying to see who. I'm trying to remember who that.
Nice. So conspiracy agent said
But hey,
use.
big shout out for you for joining the podcast, Ibram Summers. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank
Right, so still using dial-up internet cap.
you.
Oh, I
Yeah,
remember those.
they're going hard on Whitney, man. That was just hilarious. They were just going on hard on her. You
Yeah.
guys are awesome, though.
Yeah, so Ruben said that you're killing the ladies. Um,
I'll try not to, man. I'll try not to.
Hoovy said F them other kids. I guess you're assuming to the
Your siblings.
I bro, I don't know them. There's one I know and I don't like her. And the other two I haven't seen. I have two others, but I haven't seen them in years. So I don't think my dad talks to them. So why do I need to talk to them? So yeah, man. So Ruben agrees with you us saying Musk is probably gonna win. Oh my goodness. All right, Zuck wins. He has a personal trainer teaching him martial arts. I guess, but trust me, just because you train in martial art doesn't mean that you're gonna actually use it in a fight. Like, you know what I mean? I look at CM Punk as the example, right? He was in a great camp, right? Full of killers at the time. Anthony Pettis was in that group. Who else was in that group? It was Anthony Pettis, Ben Askren, I think. I think Tyron Woodley was part of that group too. Like he was in a great camp,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't mean nothing. It didn't mean nothing. Now
Nope.
he is fighting someone who's also not experienced in Elon Musk, but I don't know. I don't even like thinking about it. I don't even like thinking about it. But all right. So this is my sister. Thanks for chatting with me, old friend.
Yes, of course. And don't worry. We whenever you have these outings, we will. I will be coming from now on. Forget Hubie. He obviously doesn't know how to invite people because he doesn't know how.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll
So,
I'll
so, so,
definitely
so
I'll
so
definitely
the
go to
the
you.
last event that your family had, did you invite me?
You always have to work.
No, that's not an excuse because I went to your dad's birthday party and I had to work.
Yeah, but do
It
you
didn't.
do you
It
do
didn't.
that?
It didn't. It didn't.
You don't do
It
that
didn't stop.
often. Okay.
It didn't stop. It didn't stop you from asking me. You know.
Uh,
You knew I worked then.
no. Don't try to put this on me. How many family invites and events you ever invited me to, ever since I've known you?
We don't have that much.
No, answer the question.
We don't have like
I'll answer the question for you.
Mhm.
Zero,
Zero.
zero,
Zero. Okay, so
zero. So don't do the comparison with me, buddy, because I invited you to stuff. You invited me to zero.
I invited you to zero.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you go? Didn't you go to my graduation party?
I don't remember that.
No, the answer is yes, you did.
No, no, I'm not. I'm talking about whether it's for your sister or your mom and what have you,
No,
or your siblings.
that's the funny thing. We don't. We should do we should do more for my mom. Legitimately, we should. We don't do that much for my mom. Obviously, we don't do nothing for my dad. Um, and as far as Whitney goes, like a lot of the stuff that she always does is always like so far out the way. It's so far out the way, and like I said, I know that I'm sure that Amaya, who's her oldest, is gonna have a graduation party, more than likely. So, I mean, there's your invite.
Hmm,
I mean, you're gonna go in there feeling old,
that's
because
fine.
yeah, yeah, because yeah, it's just crazy to think about. I remember her first birthday party. I remember her first birthday party. Now she's about to graduate high school. That's crazy, man.
Ruben said, "I'm not paying. I'll put in at so."
No, 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 no. I don't want no one paying for this. If we're going to do this, we're going to get this illegally. I, I,
Yeah,
I, I after I don't give, I don't give a damn. Whenever this fight happens, if it happens, we are not paying for it. I'll let the government know right now. We ain't paying for it. They don't,
that's
they don't
fine.
need, they don't need any more of my money. They'll be fine. I remember South Park Zuckerberg comes in like, "What's y'all fighting? What's your fight?" I think I remember that episode. I remember that episode. And here's Randy trolling in the comment section. So yeah, yeah, I apologize. Like I said, family came over, so I don't
He
yeah,
he he doesn't mean it, guys. He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean
I do have to conversate with family. So you asked me a question before I left. What was it?
it. I think it was regarding Street Fighter.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yes, I am going to be doing a review of the game in hopefully a week or so. I'm also gonna be doing a review of AEW Fight Forever. That's sometime later. Gotta get I gotta get deeper into the game. Gotta play online, and they have a story mode that I want to do as well. So yeah. So I mean, yeah. If I had to put Street Fighter 6 in a tier list right now, I'm going to give it an A. And remember, it can still go up. It can't go down. It's not. I can tell you straight up, it's not going down. It can only
Okay,
go up. It's not going down because the way the game is currently, they did a phenomenal job with the game in general, and I will be talking more about that as we move along.
interesting.
Yeah.
So, are you gonna show some gameplay footage, or,
Oh,
and
for
and explain like how the game is and what the game is like and whatnot?
oh Street Fighter. Yeah, 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 yeah.
No, 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 not Street Fighter. AEW.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a gameplay. I have one for me. It's not that long, unfortunately, but I do have another one that's more extended. Um, so yeah, we might as well get to it right now. Let me read this from Ryan. He said, "Must need to focus on being a CEO and stop focusing on being a dumb fuck." Uh, we agree. We agree. All right.
So Ryan, are you? I don't want to say that you're hating on him, Ryan, aka Randy, but well, what's your beef on Musk? You haven't been liking the stuff that he's been doing lately, as far as like technology and whatnot. I just want to know your thoughts. And the conspiracy agent says, "Is AEW good? I'm a bit skeptical. I may buy it." Oh, he's gonna answer the question right now. I think he did by giving the grade, but he's gonna continue to go on. So
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to it because I haven't really heard him talk this this to hear this type of excitement when it comes to a wrestling game. So
Yes.
let's
And
see.
I do want to make one thing clear. I am a huge fan of AEW. Right, so that can skew my perspective a little bit, right? And also, I haven't played a WWE game, and I think the last one I played like hardcore was 2K16. So I don't really know too much of the mechanics that are in the WWE games. I can only speak to what I played so far when it comes to AEW, right? So here you have the game right here. This is the graphics. I think the graphics are fine. I don't think they're definitely not to the level of 2K or WWE 2K, but they're fine. They're fine. You see, obviously, you have Eddie Kingston, Kenny Omega. To my knowledge, I think the game has 35 wrestlers so far. Yeah, I think it has 35 wrestlers. Um, and it has the only thing about the roster that I will complain about is I think the women's side of the roster is a little bit lackluster. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. The women's side is a little bit lackluster. And this is actually the first time I played this game. The first time. So
Okay.
you're not gonna see too many moves in there. But I do have other gameplay that will show you more moves.
Okay. It looks like so the camera shakes every time when you make impact with your opponent. I
Yeah,
know I see that. That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So overall, I don't mind the roster. Obviously, they're going to add more guys and girls as they move on. So I think that's good. The gameplay, obviously, it is similar to No Mercy when it comes to like the way with the movement and stuff like that. Now, the thing that I think is I don't remember, and Steve, you have to remind me if I'm correct, is that in this game you can counter strikes and grabs individually. So there's a dedicated counter for strikes and there's dedicated counter for grabs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Same way with the previous SmackDown games we played. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you have that, right? So you have your strong grapple and weak grapple. You use X to do that, right? So this is all from the perspective of the PlayStation 5. But if you're, for example, if you're using a GameCube controller, not a GameCube, what the fuck am I talking
Oh
about?
snap! He freaking caught you.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I did that. That's why I saved it. Yeah, I've never seen that before in a wrestling game. And now I'm sure that is in the WWE games, but like I said, I haven't played one in a long time. And the last one I played, you couldn't do that. So let me rewind real quick.
That was freaking awesome. That was cool.
Yeah. So all right. So you have the counters. You have yeah. You do that.
That is
Um,
crazy.
Obviously you look at the bars on the bottom. Kind of work similar to your no mercies and your to your no mercy where the more action, the more things you do, like more the most important thing to do in this game when it comes to like getting this thing up is taunting. All right, hold on. Let's say bye to my sister. Hold on, give me one quick second. Hold on.
Yeah, here we go again. Okay, so here we go again. So he leaves. Conspiracy agent. You said also, Steve. You still never added me on PS. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try to do that. As soon as this podcast is over, because I finally hooked up to online. So man, this dude's freaking headphone is like so noisy. Are you guys hearing this? I know you guys are hearing the same thing what I'm hearing. I know you guys are hearing the same thing what I'm hearing. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna make sure I add you conspiracy agent. I appreciate you reminding me of it. Like I
Oh,
really appreciate that.
okay. All right. Okay. So yeah. So where are they at? All right. So you counter. I talked about counters. I talked about
You was talking about the bar.
Oh yeah. The momentum bar. The most important thing to me, the way that it goes up. Obviously, you do your moves and stuff like that. but most importantly, taunting. Yeah, taunting is the most important thing. So this is gameplay from Deadlock. This is a exploding barbed wire match. Let me show you how it looks.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
what in the world? They actually had that in actual in the actual
Hmm.
wrestling event.
Yeah. Yeah. Moxley and Omega wrestled. And now let me also say this. The entrances, they're not full length entrances. They're very short.
Ah, that sucks.
So pretty much, yeah, they pretty much yeah. To me, look. I personally don't care about entrances and stuff like that. Could it be something that could be added? Could it be something that could have done better? Yeah, but I don't care if it's short intro or nothing like that. It doesn't it's not that big of a deal to me. I know some people are complaining about it. I don't care.
I would complain over.
Now,
I know I would complain over it.
yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Because did No Mercy have full length entrances?
Dude, it was so long ago. I can't remember.
Mm, yeah, I don't remember either. So pretty much right here, just like in the real match, you see the timer down there.
Mm-hmm.
Once that timer reaches zero, then the ring explodes.
Ah, okay.
So right, so let me
And
fast
that and
forward a little bit
then
because they're not doing
when
it.
it so it explodes and the game's over.
No. No. Okay, yeah, fucking ad. So yeah, so like I said, I haven't done the career mode yet.
Oh, we're not
I
gonna
haven't
see
done the
the
career mode. I haven't played.
we're not gonna see the
I'm waiting for
explosion.
the ad. I'm waiting
Oh,
for the
okay.
ad to be done. Yeah, let me wait for the ad to be done. But yeah, so I haven't done the other stuff yet. The match types they have obviously they have one-on-one, false count anywhere. Let me bring it back up. False count anywhere. A lights out match, which is pretty much like a hardcore match. It pretty much is just a hardcore match. They have like tag team, two on like they have three way. Now, okay, let me explain this. Okay. When it comes to that, right? The explosion, I guess it depends on which explosion you get. In the real match, what happened was there was supposed to be like a massive explosion, right? But what happened was they whoever built the ring, who built it to blow, fucked it up, and what happened was it caused like sprinklers, sparkles come out like this. That's what actually happened in the
Oh,
real
oh,
match.
okay.
Like
Oh,
yeah,
nothing
yeah. So
exploded. You just saw sparkles. That's what you saw.
that it like
Pretty,
yeah,
pretty.
it was some explosion, but it definitely wasn't what it was supposed to be. It wasn't what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a
Okay.
lot more dangerous than that. And there is I have done the match, and you there it depends. Like sometimes you'll get like a massive explosion, other times you'll get the sprinkler effect.
Okay.
Oh my internet, hold on, internet settings. Oh, you can still hear me? Okay, you can hear me. Yeah. So all right. So is there anything you wanted to ask me about it, or anything that you're wondering about?
The I'm assuming you can use those barbed wires as a weapon or no?
I mean, you could throw them into the barbed wire. You
But it
could throw.
doesn't
Yeah,
cause
you
any
could. You could
damage.
throw. No, yeah, that's what called damage. There's lots of blood in this
Oh,
game.
okay.
There's lots of blood
Oh,
in this game.
oh, so this game is
And they
rated M.
actually no, actually it's rated T.
Wow.
Ironically enough, it's
Okay.
rated T.
Hmm.
So which is funny because I think one of the problems with the game one of the problems with the game coming out is that it was trying to get like a T rating. when um when it has like all that blood. You see the blood right there. And the thing I do
Yeah.
like about the blood is that depending on where you get hit is where you bleed. So if you see right there, his back is bleeding, but not everything, not everywhere else.
Yeah.
And not every game like that. Not every wrestling game been like that.
So the way to do your special move is it has to be you have to have a full bar,
Your bar has to be full. Let
and the,
me
and the only and the only way to raise it up is if you taunt.
taunt and do moves obviously, yeah.
Okay.
Taunt, do moves, all that, pretty much the way it did it in No Mercy. Oh, you see,
Oh,
yeah,
that's that's
that's crazy.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And they do they have momentum shifts on here?
Um,
Did he
that
just
I
do a
don't.
freaking? He just did a Zangief 360 power,
Yeah,
freaking on power bomb. That's
yeah.
that's crazy.
Momentum
That's
shift.
crazy.
I don't know for a fact if you do, but here what you can do. What you can do is that you can counter a finisher with a pin. I lost to that one time where I went for my finisher, but the guy actually did a sneak pin instead, and he pinned
Wow.
me and he beat me. So
Now,
there are
not
definitely
not
other mechanics that I still have to learn.
my complaint
Yeah, go
overall
ahead.
in my complaint in wrestling games overall has always been even the good
Mm-hmm.
ones. It has always been that when you're, let's say you're doing a finisher, let's say it's a 5-star frog splash, for example. Yeah, I've always
Mm-hmm.
felt that it was so easy to counter those. Like, is it the exact same way where in this game you just got to push the button on time and then you reverse the move or you get out the way? Is it the exact same way, or did they change anything at all to make reversals?
With this game, it's hard to say, but I think if unless you're like really good at counters, I think other than that, I think you should be able to hit all your finishing moves. You should be able to hit all your finishing moves. So right now, you see he had the signature button right there, and then signatures are not finishers. By the way, signatures
Mm-hmm.
are not finishers. Now, once hold on a second. Can you still hear me,
Yeah,
Steve? Can you hear me? Okay,
yeah, I
good.
can hear you.
Okay, yeah,
But
okay.
there's a huge delay though.
Um, no, okay, it's fine. It's fine. All right, so yeah, so each wrestler has obviously they have different finishing moves, but they also have signature moves also, and these are like kind of like their big move, their more well known moves. So you just keep in mind with that, and you use the D pad to do those.
Oh,
You
okay.
use the joystick to move, and you use the D pad to do those signature moves. So yeah.
Can
So I
you
mean, is
can
there
you can you
any other
can you
questions or anything else?
can you
I'm trying.
fight in the crowd?
In the crowd, I haven't tested it out yet. You can grab weapons from the crowd, which I believe you can do the same thing. Oh yeah, that's crazy. Which I believe you can do that in No Mercy also. But yeah, you can grab weapons from the crowd. Like the weapons, I obviously you have ladder, table, barbed wire bat, barbed wire broom. Um, what else is there? Fire extinguisher, a bomb. Yeah, they went crazy with the weapons in this game. Let me
Wow.
see.
And what
Oh,
other
you
matches
they
do they have in the game?
yeah. Okay, they have the mini games which I haven't done yet. I haven't done the mini games yet.
That's
Um,
the only thing that I don't like. But go
let me
ahead.
see, well, actually, there's actually a mode that they're gonna be doing that. I'm sure you're not gonna be interested, but this is actually a cool idea when it comes to like trying to gain people's attention. I'll show that in a second. Um, all right, so they have the barbed wire match. They don't have a cage match. Um, yet. I don't know if they're gonna add it in this game. They probably might add it in the next game. But no cage match. They do have what else do they have? Um, a ladder match. They have a ladder match. Anything else? No, I think that's really about it.
Okay.
I think that's it. Yeah, 1-on-1, triple threat, fatal 4-way. You obviously have the mini games. Um, you see, I think he just kind of a special move right there.
Oh, so that's what that was, that red
Um,
circle that came on the screen.
Let's see. Um, yeah, go ahead.
It was that red
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
circle that appeared on the screen. That was the counter.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, the counter to the special move. Yeah, because you see, right now his thing's that special right now. So the way to like when you get because obviously special and signature are different, right? When you get your signature, when the thing goes to signature, you can do your signature move. But once you do I think once you do a signature move, then that thing can go up to a special move. And that's when you can do your finisher.
Okay.
So that's you see he got his signature, and he does the special, he does his taunt, and now he's gonna do his now I think he's gonna do his finisher right now. And the finisher is with I think you use the R stick.
Hmm.
I think you use the right stick to do your special. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, you ran into the wrong wire. So yeah, if I had to give the game a can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. My internet is acting dumb right now. But yeah, if I had to give the game a score,
Yeah, your
I
internet
think the
is completely
game.
going haywire now.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. So while Huey's fixing his internet again, it's the only issue that I had, with this game, as far as watching all the gameplay and all the gameplay footage, I guess, is all the freaking mini games that they have on there. And Ryan Meadows, like, you, yeah, you stole, what I said. I felt like I don't want to play these mini games like as if I'm playing Mario Party. If it's Mario Party, that's fine. If it's Crash, a Crash game or Sonic game, that's fine. But I don't want to play these mini games in a wrestling game. I'm not interested in that. So that was the only thing that turned me off. It's not a huge deal breaker for me. I'm just not gonna play those. I'm just not gonna play those. Mini games in a wrestling game. I just find that to be just a little strange. Like a game like Street Fighter could get away with it, sure. You know how you had those mini games where you would destroy a vehicle or where you would destroy barrels or bricks and things like that. That's perfectly fine. But in a wrestling game or anything that has evolved with this, when there's a lot of simulation involved, I would not want to play mini games in that. I'm just no, not interested. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I guess my internet's not acting dumb right now. So right now you see other gameplay, and now it is important to know that you can. There is a creative wrestler. I believe you can create an arena, or at least create an event or something like that. And they have unlockable characters like Owen Hart, Paul Wright, and stuff like that. So yeah, like I was saying, I will give the game a 7 right now. I do think that the game does need some work when it comes to like movement. The movement in the game does feel a little bit sluggish, especially when you're trying to like run and do a move doesn't feel great. Um, but as far as like to me, I think as far as what they're offering currently, I think they're doing good. Obviously they need to add stuff. They need to add wrestlers. There was something else that they needed to add. There's some of the match type that they have. They need to add tag team. They don't have a tag team ladder match, which I think is silly. They need to do that.
They don't have a
Um,
tag team match.
Tag team ladder match.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like they need to add that. They need to add that.
Yeah, they do.
Um, yeah. But overall, I think for those of you who are asking, right, and I'll read your comments in a second. I do think this is a good game. Do I think and it costs $60. It's not 70, it's 60. But if you want to wait for $60, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. If you like the No Mercy style of wrestling game, then you have it right here. Like also the one thing also something I need to add. I like the fact that the referees are in the game, but these referees are slow.
I just noticed that.
They count slow. Yeah, they count slow. It's too slow. It's way too slow. Um. So yeah. So there's definitely some work that they need to do, and they did say that they're going to be working on some making improvements. But I think for a first time game, I actually think they did a very good job. And remember, there's not going to be an annual release, so they're going to be working on this game for a while before they make their next game. Okay, so yeah, so they're going to add more people. They're going to add more stages. They're going to add a lot of different stuff into the game. So if you want to wait till it's like $40-$30, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. I would wait if you really want to play a wrestling game and you don't like 2K, then yeah, I will give this game a try.
Hmm.
But if you want to wait, just wait and just wait for them to get the stuff get some of the stuff fixed. So all right, so let me read some comments. So yeah, conspiracy agent, I see you, bro. Is AEW good? I'm a bit skeptical. I may buy it. Like I said, if you I would I, for anybody, what I would do, look up gameplay, and if it's fun, if it looks fun to you, then yeah, I would buy it. If not, just wait for it to be like 40 or 30. If you're a fan of AEW, you should buy the game off rip. You should buy this game off rip if you're a fan. Okay. Conspiracy agent also said, also Steve, you still never added me on PSN. Yeah, he
Yeah,
hasn't. He hasn't even added me on PSN.
yeah,
Hell,
I
he
answered
hasn't.
that question already.
He hasn't added me. He hasn't added me on Switch.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one too. Yeah, I got some work to
Yeah.
do. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna add you, conspiracy agent. Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah. So after said that, let Elon be Elon. I mean, he could have been Elon without he could have been Elon without messing up Twitter. He could have been himself without messing up Twitter. Conspiracy agent said that. Oh, I'm playing 2K23 right now. Okay, so yeah, you know what? If you're playing 2K23 right now, I actually would give this game a try, but maybe do it for 30 or 40. Because I can guarantee you they're different games. They're very different games. Yeah.
How are you liking the game anyway? Conspiracy agent. Like, would you give it an A, a B, or like out of 1 through 10, or what would you give the game? And are you like really enjoying it? Like, I hope you're able to answer that. Um, and he said it's for the PS5.
Okay. Okay. So Ryan said that No Mercy has short entrances. Okay. And 2000 had full entrances. Yeah, I do remember that. 2000 did have longer entrances. And No Mercy had the short one. But No Mercy's the better game by a lot. Like No Mercy's the better game. So like I said, that's why I don't mind the shorter entrances.
He conveniently skipped Ruben's comment, but yeah, we can move on.
Nah, like I'm sorry, but it's not. It's not. We know it's not. It's not. You know, I don't know if you were talking about you. You can read it if you want. I'll let you read it if you want.
No, you can read it. You can read it.
I'm not reading it.
He said, I was feeling the Santos, but he's dropping the schedule to drug for the herb. Not that I smoke, but it's nice that a harmless thing that's kept my people locked up is not going to anymore. But I never cared. I never really cared about it. But one thing I did mind was that first of all, I can't stand people smoking anyway. It smells awful. When I went to Nevada, Las Vegas, um, and people were just smoking marijuana everywhere. It annoyed me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It freaking annoyed me a lot to the T. And I just stayed away from those people. That's pretty much what I did. But anyway,
Ibrahim asks, is the game out? Yes, the game is out right now. I have the game. All right. So Ryan said that mini games is a waste of memory. Could you use that memory for more important features? You want mini games to go. Let me show you this real quick, right? Let me get to YouTube real quick. Hold on.
yeah. And while you do that, like I said, Randy, I 100% agree with you. If you want mini games, go play Mario Party. That's what you go play. Go play Mario Party. Go play um Crash Rumble. Is that game out yet? I'm not sure, but yeah, go play Crash Rumble. Go play those
I know
games.
it's close. It's close to coming out. It's close to coming out. Now this is
Yeah.
the mode that they're going to be. Now this is the mode that they're going to be showing that they're going to be releasing soon. This is a Stadium Stampede. It is a teaser trailer, so it's only like 30 seconds. Essentially, this is Fortnite, but in AEW. This is AEW version of Fortnite.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
And how you feel about this?
I would like to try it out. Now here's the thing. Um, the game is free to download. You can download it for free. I think it's gonna be a free to play, kind of like Fortnite free to play. This is gonna be free to play. And again, this is actually based off of a real match they did during the pandemic. They actually did a Stadium Stampede where they did pretty much a hardcore match in a stadium.
Wow.
Yeah, so his yeah. So let me share this again. Let me go back to this. Now, let me show you. This looks cool. You see Sting got the bat. The way he drops it. Ooh. You see the barricade broke?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So like I said, man, there's lots of cool things that they added that they're doing with this game. It's just some of the other stuff that they just need to fix. But I think for $60, I decided, I'm gonna buy it. I was gonna buy it anyway because I'm an AEW fan. So yeah, he got a bat. So
So how do
yeah,
you feel about Randy's comment? Because that's what I said in the private chat. I don't want
to me,
Mario Party and wrestling game.
honestly, it doesn't bother me. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me because look, this game costs a lot of money to make. So and they want the game to be successful. So they're going to add stuff that are going to try to appeal to not only to wrestling fans but to kind of non wrestling fans, casual wrestling fans. So like if you're gonna do that, you're gonna add some modes. Like again, I haven't done any of the mini games yet, so I don't know how it is. But yeah, I get what Randy's saying. Cause remember, me and Randy, we're of the same mindset of modes in the old WWF, like the SmackDown games and SmackDown versus Raw games where they would add like stupid matches like Inferno match and Buried Alive match, and it like to me, those matches didn't help the game at all because the core gameplay of the game was not good. And instead of concentrating on fixing the core gameplay, they just add these stupid stipulation matches that just don't make the game good.
Yeah.
But I think with this game, the foundation of this game is good. Remember, this is the same people who made No Mercy, so at least the
Hmm.
core wrestling is good. You know what I'm saying? At least that's good. But when it comes to like again, like, I haven't really played the 2K games yet, so like in their current form, so I can't speak too much about those. But the past games, they're too reliant on animations, and I just think that I don't know, I just didn't like them. Joe says, "Where's the parka?" There's two of them. One of them is dead. Um, I think the real one is dead. The fake one is still. I think he's still wrestling, but I think he's about to retire soon. But there is two of them. I feel like Raven will fit perfectly in this game. The environment is basically him. Um,
I
yeah,
agree.
I mean, if you want to create him, you can. uh, Rudolph says, "I'm not wasting my Steam money savings on this." Okay, that's cool.
and
It's okay, bro. It's okay.
and I guarantee he's not gonna give any explanation why. But let's continue.
Mhm. No. If you don't dig it, it's fine. You said okay. So conspiracy agent says that I gave the game a B minus because they kept taking out previous better mechanics in previous games that aren't in the current WWE in the current game. WWE 2K13, like the past games, allow you to create your own finisher. Yeah. What else? He continues. The game really did improve on creative superstar in 2K13. WWE, your character doesn't look like they have plastic skin compared to 22. Oh, okay.
And that was
And
always one of my
the
major
skin.
biggest pet peeves because whenever a feature is
Mhm.
added and the feature is good, I get really ticked off when it's removed on the sequel. That always really pissed me off. Why
Yeah.
are you going to get rid of somebody that what fans actually like? I never understood that type of way of thinking, but whatever.
But you have to remember when me and Randy were railing against like burnt, buried alive and Inferno matches, they had trust me. THQ at the time, who ironically enough makes this game, they they got a lot of feedback from people who wanted those type of matches in the game. So they're hearing it from all sides. People like me who just want you to fix your gameplay, and dummies like other people who wanted all those stupid matches in the game. So yeah, so they're
What was
listening
wrong?
to they're listening to
What was wrong with those matches? Because they actually happened in the event. So why didn't you want those matches?
the problem was is the problem is the game at its current state wasn't good. At one point wasn't good. The game wasn't good. The game was not progressing in ring the way it should have been.
Hmm.
That was what my problem with the match with the game was. Like the core gameplay was messed up. If you have the core gameplay to be good and you want to add some other stuff, I'm cool with that. I can live with that. But my problem is that when the core gameplay is no good and you're just adding a bunch of stupid shit just to add stupid shit, then yeah, I'm not okay with that. Yeah, I'm not okay with that. So conspiracy agent continues. The skin
Oh, wait,
looks
hold
more
on, hold on, hold on, hold
realistic.
on. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the skin looks more realistic, and your character sweats. And the tire stamina mechanic is annoying, but it makes sense. Okay, okay. So Ryan continues. Stupid. It's a waste.
Now you see
And he
now
said it.
no I gotta say this. You you said that you didn't care that the mini games are here. But
Mhm.
then but you also said that you didn't want all these stupid matches in the WWE games. Like,
Yeah,
what's the
I
difference
explain.
between the
I
two?
explain. I explain. The core gameplay of AEW is more like No Mercy. So like I'm cool with the core gameplay. The core gameplay in those later WWE games were not good. They weren't good. So
So by
like
adding,
I know the thing is that I wanted them to make the game better, the core game better. And then when you add other stuff, then yeah, then cool, then add the other stuff. I don't care. But just make sure that the core gameplay is good. And I didn't think the core gameplay was good.
yeah, but I still think what Ryan Meadows is saying, is correct. It's pretty much a
I
waste because one thing, it has nothing to do with wrestling, whatsoever. And if you're trying to capture the casual gamer, let me tell you, and I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of casuals who most casuals probably like wrestling anyway, and regardless if a wrestling game is more of an arcade type of style or a simulation type of style, I think wrestling games are one of the few games where it could automatically attract hardcore gamers and casuals by default anyway. So you don't need. I don't think you necessarily need all these mini games to attract casuals, because people who watch wrestling are going to buy them regardless if they're a casual gamer or a hardcore gamer anyway. You're going to capture both audience and wrestling games, in my opinion, because you're going to have people like you who are a fan of it, and you play games, and anyone else who's a fan of wrestling is going to play, even if they're just a casual gamer. At least that's what I think.
Hmm.
So
No,
adding mini games is a waste of time to me.
hmm. I guess I don't I understand why they put it in, and I'm not gonna use it that much, so it doesn't even matter. Um, he said that in 2K23 your character can get bruises. Okay, and then Ryan Meadows is surprised that Rudolphi is actually commenting in the chat. He's done that before.
He'll
He done.
no, he will do one comment and then he leaves. That's what he'll do. He'll do one comment and then he'll leave.
All right. I don't believe wrestling games capture anything. I believe it's more fan based. Yeah, it can be, but you have to remember. Well, one, I think part of the reason why No Mercy was such a popular game was because the popularity of wrestling was higher back then. I agree with that. But like you said, having multiple wrestling games out there is never a bad thing. Never a bad thing. Just like with wrestling in general. Having two big wrestling promotions out there is always a good thing. Is always a good thing. So, so
And
can't
secondly, and dude, trust me, I can say with confidence that adults and children, little kids who loves to watch wrestling, like how we did when we were young, I guarantee you
Mhm.
most of them want to have a wrestling game. I consider with a lot of confidence that it does capture both audiences, whether they're adults, kids, hardcore, or casual gamers. This wrestling games could get away with that. They could. It's a game that they could capture everybody. I don't necessarily think mini games is going to contribute and more sales, in my opinion, because I think most people, what they want to do is just focus on the actual wrestling itself, in my
Uh,
opinion.
okay, but anyways, yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. Unless you guys anything else you want to ask me or anything like that. Um,
No,
yeah.
no,
I
no,
mean,
no, no. Like, I think we pretty much said as much as we can. Once again, I think it's a waste. They need to focus on other stuff, like you said. Add maybe a tag team, ladder match. If you want to add different type of matches, and that's fine. Want to add
Yeah.
more weapons? That's fine. Add more features? That's fine. Get rid of the mini games. We don't need those. I'm pretty sure people are not going to play them.
I
They're
mean, they're not
garbage.
gonna get rid. They're not gonna get rid of them. So like, yeah, they're not gonna get rid of them. But well, anyway. Okay, so let me stop sharing this. All right. So
All right.
I mean, this is you again. This you.
Yeah. So pretty like I really wanted to talk about this because now I am a little fearful of that it's going to happen to me. What am I talking about here?
I don't.
So,
I don't think you have to be fearful. I don't think you. I don't think you have to be.
well, the fact that look, it's been happening to a lot of people. We're not just talking about a select few. We're not talking about a select few. Like it's happened to several people, and no, I do not want that to happen to me. So, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about Final Fantasy 16, and I actually have two articles that I wanted to share, but this is the first one that I want to mention first. So, Final Fantasy 16 fans are concerned that its epic boss fights is what's making their PS5 overheat. Now, the reason now before I read the article, the reason why I'm worried, about this, is there's been other videos where their PS5 would overheat because when I found out that the boss fights is what was making the PS5s overheat, I thought it was just that and that would be the end of it. But people were actually showing, different cutscenes, and just by watching a cutscene, and I'll show you that on Twitter, in a minute, their PlayStation 5s were overheating. So, in my opinion, I don't think this is just a slight gaming boss mode issue. I think there's something wrong with the game in its totality as a whole. But let's read this real quick. So it says Final Fantasy 16 has concerned that the game epic boss fights. Oh, okay, so I'm wrong. So it wasn't just one boss fight. It's several boss fights are causing their PS5 to overheat. The 16th installment in the world's most iconically named series is finally here. And the good news is according to our Final Fantasy 16 review, an experience that stands alongside the series' greats. The not so great news for the fans eager to experience Cleve's epic tale is that your PS5 could get awfully hot in the process. Several Final Fantasy 16 fans on Twitter have said that they've had issues with their PS5 overheating while they've been playing the latest entry in the iconic RPG series. Users, the Sphere Hunter, who had access to the game a few days early, explained that their PS5 switched itself off entirely after it got too hot during a boss battle. Now, I haven't. You said you don't think that's going to happen to me. Why am I exempt from this awful experience?
Because how many people are actually reporting it?
Well, I don't. I mean, I don't know at the top of my head, but it's been a lot. It's been all over Twitter.
I've seen the talk of it, but how much does it actually happen?
Um, that still doesn't explain how I'll be the exception to the rule. I mean,
I,
or
I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Um, like has Square Enix addressed it?
I don't even think they did.
And then it may not be that widespread of an issue.
Well, we'll see. Let's continue. So, there, some Hunter. I'm playing a game that isn't out yet, where a boss fight made my PS5 overheat so much that it just turned off completely at the end of the fight. So if you guys plan on buying any new games in the near future for a day one PS5, make sure you clean it out thoroughly. Okay, okay. Um, Look, I don't ever remember a console, at least from my experience. I don't ever remember a console overheating due to in intensive usage or utilization. I never experienced overheating on any console that I ever bought. I don't think you have either. However, I did hear in the past of people's consoles overheating because whether if they left their console overnight or they put the console on the floor and they're touching carpet and then it'll overheat that way. But see, that's just that's on the consumer. That's a consumer problem. You're not taking care of your console. That I could understand. You don't blame the manufacturer. You don't blame the developers, etc. So you don't. That's your fault. That's on you. Here, in this particular case, it's the game that's causing the PlayStation to overheat. It's the game that's causing the console to shut off. I'm sorry, I haven't know. Even if 5 million people bought this game, and only let's say 2,000 is experiencing the whole overheating issue, that's unacceptable. Nobody should have to go through issue should go through their PlayStation shutting off playing the game. That shouldn't happen to anybody. And the reason why now I haven't played the game yet, and the reason why I haven't played it because I don't have enough memory. I've deleted at least 3 games just so I could play Street Fighter. So right now,
Like I said,
the
man,
the, the main
you gotta get an SD. You gotta get a SSD.
yeah, I got really really ticked off over it
Hmm.
because there's 2 games that now I'm focusing on right now, mainly Street Fighter 6
Hmm.
and now I want to and I want to play Metal Gear again.
Hmm.
And I had to delete the Plague's Tales Innocence and Requiem. I had to delete that. I had to delete those.
Did you beat it?
No, I didn't beat them, but I had to delete them.
No, you don't have to do. No, beat your game. Okay, here, beat your
No,
game.
no. As much as I'm always for new IPs and new experiences, you know how I feel about Metal Gear and Street Fighter. Having now,
It's perfectly
no,
fine.
you know how huge fan I am with those 2 franchises.
That's fine.
I'm not picking no other game over those 2 franchises.
Either you need to either beat those games or buy an SSD.
How if okay if I didn't beat the game, how would I be able to play Street Fighter 6?
Buy an SSD. That's simple, bro. That's what I had to do. That's what I had to do. Like I bought Street Fighter 6, AEW. They had 2K for free. I was like, oh, I gotta get an SSD, and that's what I did. Now space is not a problem for me.
Hmm. I have to spend more money. All right, let's continue.
Hey, if you wait, what do you do when you buy Final Fantasy 16? What are you gonna do? What do you have to do to buy to get Final Fantasy 16?
I have to buy extra accessories in order for me to play the game.
Yeah,
You don't find that to be a problem, do you?
I mean, if you want more space, yeah.
That's a problem.
No, it's
But
not a
but but
problem.
but that's a separate topic. But I find that to be a problem.
No. The problem is that you have to spend money to enjoy these products, and you had the PS5 because you wanted to play all these great games, but you need a place to store them. You need a place to store them. That's why you got to buy an SSD. It's that simple.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. All right. All right. Let me continue. I'll deal with that. Later. Um. So just slay the is that this no just
Just
whatever.
just lay that. Yeah.
Okay, so I said it right. Okay. Had a similar experience. I also got the PS5 overheating during big fights in Final Fantasy 16. They tweeted. After opening up the console to see if it's needed cleaning, they found not a single speck of dust. And you see, who we that this is once again, this is the reason why. Because if this was a fan issue where, maybe you needed to, whether if it's you had to upgrade, your fan, which I don't think you should do, but the reason why I have a fan for my laptop is because with all the editing that I want to do and all the crazy software that's open, it runs a lot of what is it called? Like what RAM, I guess, on the laptop. So I have a separate fan for that. You shouldn't need a additional fan or take your PlayStation apart uh because maybe I have dust in the fan and it needs to get some cleaning. You shouldn't have to do none of that. You shouldn't have to do none of that because of a game. You know what I'm
No,
saying? You should have.
I agree. You shouldn't have to open up your console and clean it for a game. I agree with you there. I agree with you there.
Okay.
To me, I just don't know how widespread this issue is. And now, mind you, one of the players played the game before it came out. Now, mind you, they do have day one patches. So maybe the day one patch might have fixed that problem for other people.
Hmm.
But I don't know. We'll see. I just don't think it's a widespread issue. But you can continue reading.
Okay. Well, yeah. Or yeah, I'll continue reading. Um, what was my mouse? Okay. Yeah, let me continue reading. Um, so first gen PS5 maybe a design flaw somewhere. They said, but added that only the game does that though, which suggests that Final Fantasy 16 is the culprit rather than the hardware itself. Yeah, I mean, like, listen. I can say with a whole with confidence that most people who have a PS5 has more than one game, more than two games, more than three games. Even if you're a casual gamer, if your PlayStation 5 starts overheating and starts turning off on you once you start playing Final Fantasy 16, yeah, I find that to be a problem on Square Enix. I think Square Enix. I don't care. Out of a million people, only 100 has this issue. They need to fix this problem. Nobody in my estimate, nobody should experience their console turning off on them while playing their games. Nobody. Now look what this guy has to say. So he says, Laul, I also got a PS5 overheating during big fights in Final Fantasy 16. I decided to open it. It's flawless, not a single speck of dust. Oh, this is the same person. It's not
Yeah.
constrained by any etc. First gen PS5, maybe a design flaw. Okay, yeah, we read that. That being said, user David Fullstow fixed the overheating issue with a spot of dusting, so it's worth trying if you're having similar issues. I did a clean on my PS5 fan, and it seems to have fixed my overheating problem with Final Fantasy 16. They wrote. Lastly, Jen Cricky also experienced issues when playing the demo version of Final Fantasy 16. I just had mine. I just had my first ever PS5. Your PS5 is too hot message. They wrote in a heat wave. But the thing is, this happened while playing Final Fantasy 16 demo was running. It remains to be seen whether we'll see a surge of players experiencing overheating issues as the game makes its way to more PS5s, but it's definitely worth making sure that your console is a well ventilated area and is dust free if you're planning to delve into um, the Listias this weekend. Okay. Did you want to say something before?
No, you can continue.
All right. So let me go to the next. Let me go to the next. You know what? No. Let me go to the videos real quick. Let me go to the videos real quick. So let me share this one here.
Oh, let me go out switch.
Let me
All right,
see.
while you do that, let me read some comments.
Yeah, go ahead,
All right, so Brian's in the chat. What's going on, Brian?
Brian. What's up?
Okay, so yeah, Brian's in the chat. He said PS5 overheat because they aren't maintained well, not because of the game. LOL.
Well, hold on, Brian. Hold on, Brian. It looks like I am actually going to disagree with you there. The issues started to happen only with Final Fantasy 16. No other game. You what you just said I would 100% agree with you, 100% concur with you if this was happening with other games. Because remember, if this is a mechanical issue with the PS5, the overheating should happen regardless of which games that you play. It should happen throughout across the board, regardless of the game. But this is only happening with Final Fantasy 16. To me, that's a Square Enix issue. This is something that Square Enix needs to address. So go ahead, Ubi.
All right, so Critical Drop, what's going on, bro? He said PS5 does not like dust at all. I recommend cleaning dust at least once a month, depending on how much dust collects on your surface.
Once a month. That's too much. Once a month is crazy. And you know something? When I first bought my PS5 and I hooked it up and everything, you know what I did? I covered it with a plastic bag.
What?
Whenever I'm not playing it, I
Oh.
cover it with a plastic bag.
Uh,
Why? Why? Because I don't want it to accumulate any type of dust. That's why.
I don't know. I feel like that's a bit too much for me.
No. I do it and it works perfectly fine. When you look at my PS5, you won't see not a speck of dust on there. Why? Because I like to protect my investment. Go ahead.
All right. Brian said that I blew mine out with air to keep dust out of it every week. Use it 10 hours a day on high end games like COD, D2, etc. He says you have to also do a thermal pace when it runs out. It only lasts 18 months at most.
Yes. What see the thing is though, Brian, you're not going to be able to do that with Final Fantasy 16. If Final Fantasy 16 is overheating your console, and because remember there are guys that had no dust in their fan at all, and their PS5 is still is still shutting down. But once again, this is only happening in Final Fantasy 16, no other game. Go ahead.
All right, so Ryan said that stop being cheap, buy a storage device. I agree
Look,
with
look,
you.
look, 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 look. Look. Those things cost like $200, man.
No, the one I bought is like was like just over 100.
Yeah, $100, and
Yeah,
you don't think that's cheap? You think that's cheap? That's
yeah.
not cheap.
I mean, you're saying, oh, 200, 200. I told you I just bought mine for 100. I'm telling you, bro, it's not that. It really isn't that expensive, and you'll be better off for it.
And then you have to buy another one. Because I know you're gonna buy more games, having no. Like this is going to be like a 10-year
Yeah,
span.
but
You're gonna buy more
unlike
games.
you, I'm not going. I'm gonna if I'm not playing the game, I'm gonna delete it. That's the difference between me and you. If I'm
Yeah.
not playing the game no more, I'm gonna delete it.
Hmm.
You not so much. So and traditionalists, that's because these games are super gay. They overheat because the machine is embarrassed. Okay.
Now, if somebody said, well, here's the thing. I think Final Fantasy 16 is also available on the PC, right?
Uh, I want to say it is, but let me make sure 100%. Let me make sure 100%. Waiting for this thing to pop up. All right, so I mean you can read this comment from Critical Drop.
All right, I'll read it right now. Let me see. Also, people don't buy an SSD with heatsink. Those are highly recommended. Do you agree?
Um, yeah, yeah. Mine has a heat sink, so yeah, you got you have to buy it with a heat sink. Just find one that's compatible with PS5, and then you should be good.
Okay. Aladdin says buy the SSD for the PS5 that I listed before. A nice 1 terabyte Severant with heatsink. Um, don't upgrade the fan inside. Then okay, that's interesting. You say don't upgrade the fan. I would think that upgrading the fan would enhance the performance. I would love to know the science or the I would love to know the science behind that. Why
Okay,
shouldn't you upgrade the fan? Brian.
I wouldn't. Like, I'm not upgrading a fan for one fucking game. Absolutely not. I'm going to trust them to put the fan that's in there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the game is only on PS5 right now.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah. So I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Brian said that it's because Square Enix are shitty coders, but
Oh gosh.
truthfully, some game studios work harder to ensure code works best with drivers, aka the current system update available. The plastic bag will help, but you still have to blow it out frequently. The thermal paste is on the CPU, by the way. Way less people probably play Final Fantasy, which is why we aren't seeing it as much. No, this game sold like 3 million copies.
Yeah, yeah. It's trust me. There's a lot of people playing Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is a AAA title and it has a huge fan base. Trust me, a lot of people are playing it.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see. Is that the next one? Yeah, yeah. If you have to do a full maintenance sweep to play one game, the issue is the software, not the hardware.
Thank you, Randy. See that? Yes, yes, absolutely, Ryan. If you're having issues with the PS5 on one game, yes, it's not a hardware issue. This is all on Square Enix. Square Enix is the one that has to make the adjustment. They need to address this problem. They need to address this problem. It's one thing if I'm here playing, if we're all here, playing Street Fighter, we're playing Tekken, we're playing, all these other different games, Resident Evil, etc., God of War, and the console is overheating, then yeah, we're obviously gonna say Sony, well, yo, what's the deal here? But the fact that one game is causing this problem, is causing this major inconvenience, yeah, I have a problem with that. Brian says, "I'll help you install it, Steve. It takes just a few.
You
It
talking
just
about
takes a
that?
few minutes." No, okay. So, Savino, do you finally agree with me and Ryan
About what?
about his comment?
About what?
One, you shouldn't have to do a maintenance for one game.
I didn't say you had. I didn't say you did.
Oh, but you said, oh, it's not a really big deal because it is not that many people are reporting it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it's that big of an issue. I don't think it's a widespread issue. Yeah, I don't think it's a widespread issue. Where are we at? Oh, you said Brian said that it doesn't need a fan upgrade inside. Run a stand with a cooling fan, though. I have a stand for it, but I don't have a cooling fan. Ryan said that how many people are really gonna pull apart PS5? Also, if you need to clean it every month, that's something that needs to be noted with the instructions or back of the box a disclaimer. I agree, and also taking it apart is not that difficult.
But
It's not that hard.
but you shouldn't have to. That's the thing. You shouldn't have to. Even if it's not that difficult, you shouldn't have to do that in order for you to play games. Not in this day and age. Not where to a point where technology is advancing. This is the type of issue that you shouldn't be dealing with now. Not now. And why out of all the games it has to be Final Fantasy 16? Out of all the games it has to be Final Fantasy 16. I'm very. I mean, I don't want to use the word disappointment, but come on, man. I do not want to go through with this when I'm playing my games. I don't.
Trust me. By the time you get the game, it's not going to be a problem anymore.
We have the game.
All right. Well, by the time you play it, it's not going to be an issue.
How do you know that?
I just have a feeling it's not going to be an issue.
Okay, so you're going by emotions.
Emotion? I don't care. I don't care about Final Fantasy 16. I'm just saying that I don't see it as a major issue.
The only reason, and I know this for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why you saying, oh, it's not that big of a deal is because you don't care about Final Fantasy 16. Mark my words. If this was Street Fighter 6, if this was God of War, oh, you would be livid if your PS5 turned off. Absolutely, you would. So I don't want. Don't give me this garbage. Oh well. Oh, isn't that the big of a deal? The only reason why it's not a big deal for you is because you don't like Final Fantasy 16.
No, it's not
Mark
a
my
big.
words.
It's not a big
If
deal
this was
to
Street Fighter
me.
6, you will go
It's
crazy.
not a big deal to me. It's because it's not a widespread issue to the point where Square Enix hasn't even addressed it. They haven't addressed it, and I see people saying that they already beat the game. So like, if it was a white, like, okay, the Red Ring of Death, that was a widespread issue. That was widespread where they had to address it. And I guarantee you, if it is a problem, they'll patch it out. It'll be one of the first things that they patch into the game.
Was the PS3 Yellow Death? Was that a
Yeah,
wide issue?
not as much as the Red Ring, but yeah. But if it was such a big problem, they would tell you, "Hey, don't play this game." They would tell you that.
Wait. So what? If you're going to tell us to not play the game, you might as well do a recall.
Yeah, if it was having that big of an issue, there would be a recall. Would absolutely be a recall.
Hmm.
And, you want me to keep reading comments, or you want to get to your second article?
All right. Yeah. Let's. Yeah. We'll just look. Let's look at this real quick.
Yeah.
So apparently okay, so Drew says apparently Final Fantasy has been making overheat. Make sure you have a fan nearby. Let me see. I'm trying to look at the videos. Where is it? Man, I had the video. Oh, I hate when Twitter does this. IG does this all the time too,
Mhm.
where you had everything that you needed, and then I guess it refreshed itself,
Mhm.
and then you get a whole new different news feed, which I don't like. Okay, so
Yeah.
him, let me see. All right, so he had Bahumet 020. So
Mhm.
Now this Final Fantasy 16 boss fight keeps overheating my
Okay.
PS5.
There's two problems I see right now.
let me see who else.
Oh, let me address that. Let me address
Like,
that video.
I had so many videos here. Now I can't find them now. What were you gonna say?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Here's the other one. A small cutscene never should overheat. This is where I said to myself, okay, this is something that Square Enix has to address ASAP, because the article that I just read previously, right?
Mhm.
It only mentioned the boss fights, because obviously everything is chaotic. Maybe there's just so many things that's going on screen, which causes things to burn. This right here. I don't care what anybody says. This is unacceptable. So it says a small. This is called Alison Pino. I think that's how
Mhm.
you say it. Shout out to you. Thank you for sharing. A small cutscene never should overheat a PS5. Agreed. The console is clean and on a wall ventilated place. It only happens in your game, and most important, my PS5 is not full of dust. So here's what happened to him. So he's showing a cutscene real quick.
Mhm.
Cutscene. Well, I don't know. I don't know what language he speaks, but whatever.
Yeah,
Overall,
yeah. The thing overheated.
yeah. Now you said you was gonna address a video. What
The
what
first,
what
the
happened?
first, the first video, his PS5 is on top of another machine,
Oh, let
and
me. Oh,
it,
let me see.
yeah,
This one, right?
yeah, is on top of another machine, and is in
Okay.
a non-ventilated area.
Hmm.
Come on, what type of stupid setup is that?
Come on, Hoovy. Be nice, man.
No,
Be
it's a
nice.
dumb, it's a dumb setup.
like,
Now, the other one, yeah, that setup is similar to my setup.
okay.
It's ventilated. nothing. Yeah, the game should not have done that at all.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, no, this dude's an idiot. I'm sorry, this dude's an idiot.
I think you're just I think you just want to you know I think you're overreacting, man. I think you're overreacting. Ringo, for real though, my PS5 got overheat the moment I played the Final Fantasy 16 demo. Um, okay, I don't know who this guy is, but I don't remember seeing him in the article or her in the article. Let me see if I can find one more. But you see, having no, this is happening to several people. Don't so I for you to say, oh well,
Right, so
it's
a lot of this is from when the game launched. Are people still having the problem now?
you said from the. I mean, who we did it was the game. I mean, okay, the guy. Okay, let's see the last person who made the complaint. Who's the last person that made the complaint? Oh come on, man. No, so June 20th. That pretty much near the end of last month. You're acting like this is a long time ago. This is recent.
I mean, it's enough time to where they could have put a. It's 2 weeks. It's 3 weeks ago. It's 3 weeks ago. They have enough time to have a patch that would fix that issue if
What
it was an
happened?
issue.
Hoovy, this should haven't happened at all.
Understood. Understood, but shit happened. That's why they have day one patches. That's why they have day one patches. But as of right now, it looks like the situation. I'm not saying that the situation fixes because I don't know. But I see multiple people still playing the game, still enjoying the game, saying that they beat the game.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly, it's not that big of a problem. And if it was, it's something that they are going to fix. Is one of the first things that they're going to fix.
I think something tells me you're giving Square Enix a pass just for the simple fact. I'm still going to hold on to this. Now, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But the reason why I think you only giving them a pass is because you have no desire to play Final Fantasy 16. You sure that has nothing to do with it, man?
It's not. It's not. It's not even that. It's just that is that it's not a situation where I don't think it's a widespread issue. I just don't think it's a widespread issue.
Hmm. Okay.
Not to the point where it needs like not to the point where it needs the attention that you're giving it.
Yeah. You making it seem like it's not a big deal.
No, I don't
That,
think.
that,
Yeah,
that, that,
I don't think it's a big deal.
yeah, you make me seem like it's not a big deal. So over here, I'm just gonna make this quick. So I took the PS5 apart and gave it thorough cleaning, and it hasn't happened since. One wrote user echoing numerous others. Another user added that Diablo 4 has also been. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, now this changes everything. This changes everything. Okay, now I didn't know anything about this. So another user added that Diablo 4 has been causing PS5 to shut down and cleaning out the console fixed the problem. YouTuber, okay, we read about her already, or him. My apologies. Okay, so that was it. That's just a short article. All right, so that was a short article. Now look. I want to say this, and then we can move on. We can move on to the next one, right?
Hmm.
I know that fans can malfunction. It gets dusty, similar to like an exhaust fan, right? Like with exhaust fans, especially when I'm at work, I get a lot of calls that exhaust fans start making noise, or they have like a humming sound, or it's just not working properly, and it's all really because it's constantly accumulating a whole bunch of dust, and all the grime and all the dust that's being attached to the exhaust fan can cause the fan to overheat, and now it can no longer exhaust all the all the the dirty air, and if you will, and release it outside on top of the roof. So I understand in that aspect of it. But in a particular case like this, when you have a game that's causing your PS5 to shut down, and look again, if this was multiple games, like multiple games, I could understand that issue. But if if everybody having the same issue with one, if Final Fantasy 16 is the common denominator, I don't, I really don't want to blame this as, oh well, they just don't clean their console enough, or they don't maintain
Yeah.
their consoles. I think this is a Square Enix issue, but at the end of the day, you could be right. Maybe it is not as, it's not like it's not a similar situation like what happened with the Red Ring of Death, where everybody was having issue, or
Yeah.
50% of the users was having issue. You could be right, but it has been, all over Twitter, all over YouTube. People are having issues. I'm just very surprised that Square Enix hasn't even addressed it. Like, I'm that's that if they don't want to, take care of the issue, and they say, well, all you have to do is just clean the fan, at least say something.
No, I'm sure they already addressed it by putting in the patch. I think they kind of already did. And here's the thing, like when it comes to some games are just more intense than others, right? Like
Mhm.
for example, like my PS4, dude. There's some game where I think it sounds like it's about to take off. You know what I'm saying? Like with the PS4, with the PS5, I can say that it's a quiet machine for the most part. At
Mhm.
least I definitely don't notice it. I don't notice it as much as the PS4 when it comes to noise and stuff like that. And some games are going to be more intense than others, and you're always gonna have issues. You're always gonna have issues. But to me, I think as long as you let it be known that it's an issue, maybe Square Enix will go in and fix it and patch it, and hopefully that patch will help with the with whatever overheating issues that it's having.
Yeah.
So, all right, so let me read the rest of these comments.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so I think we're right here with Brian. Oh, no, my bad. Brian, if there are 3 billion players and five people have issues, not a big deal. Then I'll probably say it's more than 5 people. Why? In general, I don't think it's that big of an issue. All right, so he said that I link parts, but it's not showing up. Yeah, you could, yeah. Yeah. For some reason, when it comes to chat, they don't post links unless one of us. I think I think either me or Steve can put up the links, but no one else can. I don't know why, but it is what it is. But yeah, you're better off just texting Steve that.
Yeah.
Lots of other games are far more cutting edge than Final Fantasy, and I don't have those problems. Well, I mean, Final Fantasy is the latest one, so obviously later the games that are the one the newer games are always going to have more of a chance of having performance issues. It's just that's just how the nature of the beast is. Newer games are always going to have more problems. So like all three of those games don't push your CPU like in Modern Warfare 2 or D2.
Um. Hmm. I don't know if I agree with that, guy. I don't think modern. I don't think Modern Warfare 2 is is as a big of a game, like a Final
Well,
Fantasy
no,
or
no,
or God of
no,
War.
no, no. Well, actually, let me check right now. Because the Call of Duty games are always they're always like massive games when it comes to like storage space.
Oh,
Like
really?
yeah, like with this one I have right here, Modern Warfare 2 is 130 gigs,
Are you freaking kidding me, man?
and God of War is 91 gigs,
No, that almost 100. That's still a lot.
and I have Gran Turismo 110 gigs.
Golly, man. Jeez.
Yeah, so he's not lying when it comes to like space. I don't know how big Final Fantasy is. I can look that up real quick. Let me see how big Final Fantasy 16 is.
I never thought that modern Call of Duty was that big of a game. That's crazy. That's nuts.
Oh yeah. And Final Fantasy is like 90 gigs also.
I would think, I had always assumed that, big games were like, games like obviously Final Fantasy, the Division, I would think like those are like the huge, big games that takes a lot of memory and that
Yeah,
takes a
yeah,
lot of
Call
resources.
of Duty takes a ton of memory because there's a lot of stuff in the game.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of stuff in the game.
Critical Drop says Final Fantasy is 100 gigs.
I read 90, but I read 90, but yeah, but it's a big game as well. It's a big game as well.
I mean, I should have brought it over, but I want to get this thing done.
Yeah. All right.
So all right. So on to our last topic. I think we're doing decent on time here. So last topic we have. This is going to be very interesting because I kind of want to know what Hoovie's stance on this position right here. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. So outgoing, we're going to sports news now, gentlemen. Outgoing NFLPA chief calls for NFL to eliminate the Rooney Rule, proposes sweeping changes to hiring practices. You know what? For the sake of time, let's read this now, and then I'll show you my thoughts. Um, the Demarais Demaris Smith times with the NFL. Huh?
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay. Players Association may be in its final days, but he's quite done fighting with NFL team owners. On Wednesday, Smith published a nearly 100-page paper he has worked on for roughly 2 years, in which he calls the 20-year-old Rooney Rule a failure and calls for its elimination, instead offering 12 recommendations for the league to create a fair and equal hiring system. Co-written Carl Laxker, I think that's how you say it, a Yale law student and teaching assistant to Smith at the school. Smith offers an insider perspective on exactly why the Rooney Rule, here called a suggestion, has no chance of succeeding, and calls on federal, state, and local governments to exercise their lawful oversight to ensure reform. The system is broken. This is a quote. This is what he's saying here now. The system is broken from the inside out and outside, and any effort to affect it that didn't obligate NFL owners to adherence or reform was doomed from the start, Smith told Yahoo Sports via text message. As the executive director of the NFLPA for 14 years, Smith guided players in the molding of two collective bargaining agreements and multiple other issues, big and small. Coaches were no part of his peer view, and indeed do not have their own union to bargain on their behalf. The Rooney Rule has been in place for 20 years, and many have written the commented on its failings. At the time, it has enticed there were two black head coaches. Enacted that there were two black head coaches. 2 decades later, that number has barely increased. There are four current black head coaches, underscoring Smith's argument. In acknowledging the Supreme Court's landmark decision last week, striking down affirmative action in private and public colleges, Smith and Lasker wrote, as a strict legal matter, the Supreme Court ruling does not directly impact private businesses, but the reality of its possible impact beyond the specifics of that case is troubling. The need, therefore, for fair, equitable, and lawful hiring practices in the NFL can never be greater, and the necessity of government investigation and oversight, as well as the enforcement of equitable hiring practices, has never been more necessary. That is a lot here. All right, let me try to get to the most important parts that he said. Um, okay, yeah, right here. So changing the current hiring free for all system by requiring that all coaching senior executive positions be posted. So everything has to be posted with specific job descriptions and held open to at least 30 days. For head coaching and coordinator positions, the league should require that no position be filled until a certain number of days after the Super Bowl, ensuring that every candidate has time to apply for open positions and preventing teams from ignoring qualified candidates because their teams are in the playoffs. Like, do you have any objections toward this so far?
No, I think this proposal makes sense.
Oh, okay, good, good, good. All right, good. Yeah, it makes sense. So you and I agree so far.
Mhm.
All right, so let's continue. The NFL adopting a consistent and transparent system by which all teams must comply with respect to hiring and retention, abandoning its current system in favor of one that fairly evaluates talent, constrains teams' ownership from engaging in unlawful and or meaningless check the box protocols to ensure a deliberate, professional, and accountable system. You see, now I love because this is the phrase that I love to use all the time. I'm sick and tired of the check the box system. We got to make sure that the person is minority. We got to make sure, or if it's a woman, we got to make sure if this person is gay. Like we've seen this across the board in any type of entertainment goes on, whether it's in our comics or whether it's in our games or whether it's in getting a job, etc., etc. Especially in the movies. Oh, we have to check all these boxes. Okay, now we will ask if we will see if this person is actually qualified. But we got to make sure that he fits these requirements first, which these other requirements shouldn't even matter. It shouldn't matter at all. And I have always argued with a lot of people. That's one of the I don't want to get political here, but that's one of the reasons why I have always thought, in my opinion, that when you apply for a job and they ask you what race you are, I always said to myself, what does that have to do with anything? What does race has anything to do with what if I could do the job or not? I think, in my opinion, that I know I'm moving away a little bit, but I just want to say this real quick. In my opinion, when it comes to your ethnicity, oh my goodness, I can't say it. When it comes to your race, I think that should be removed in job applications. That has nothing to do if you qualify for a job or not. Get rid of that,
No,
in my opinion.
that's the dumbest thing you've said in a while.
Well, I mean, that's the dumbest thing. Okay,
It's,
so all right,
it's
so
part of it's part of who you
no
are.
no 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 no. Tell me, what does that have to do with your qualifications?
It's not. You might as well just say, "Oh, you remove male and female from the equation." Also,
No, answer the question. What
no,
does
no,
that?
no.
What does that have to do with the
All it is
qualifications?
them telling them who you are. That's it.
What does that have to do with
It's
qualifications?
not nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Neither
Exactly.
neither does your name, your race, or when you're born. All it is just telling them who you are. That's it.
No, 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 no. If your age is important because maybe you have to be a certain age to do a particular job. Race has nothing to do with none of that.
If does it matter how old you are if you as long as you can do the job?
No, it does matter because there are certain jobs where you're probably just too old to do the job.
What? Really?
This
We-
dude said
we-
what? There are certain there are
in the context of what we're talking about when it comes to the NFL currently. We have a wide array of ages going on in that sport. We have coaches as young as 35 working there, and we have
No,
coaches as old as 70 or 80 working there.
you're talking about the NFL exclusively. I'm talking about overall.
Bro, all ethnicity is just telling you who you are. That's it.
And that has nothing to do with what you could do.
Neither does anything else. Neither
Yes,
does
it
my
does.
name. But neither does my
but
name. But I have to put my name. Like what are you talking about?
Comparing your name to race is stupid.
No, saying
It
that
is. It's stupid.
saying to remove ethnicity from your profile is stupid.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, because that has nothing to
is.
do with you. That has nothing to do with you doing your job. Nothing.
Like I said, neither does my name, but I still have to put it in.
Man, comparing the two is so lame, man. That is so lame.
You have
comparing the name.
you have to tell them who you are.
Okay, you get the name and age. You don't need the race part. You don't need that part. Why do you need that?
Because it tells you who you are.
Oh my goodness. So you okay. So let me get this straight. So we have a guy like you who have always complained about, oh, this person doesn't get the job because of race. Oh, everything has to do with racism, always because of this, because of that. You always like to include race on everything. So in this particular case,
because race has a lot more to do with life than you wanted to believe.
In this case, where I said that you should have that removed. Now you're saying that, oh no. Now that has to stay. That has to stay, despite the fact that what if you're white or black has nothing to do if you could do the job. Also, so that has to stay. That we need to keep that there. What is the harm of you removing race out of job applications? What is no. I don't want to hear that it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense.
What is the issue? What harm could you do to yourself or to the company that is removed?
It doesn't make sense.
That's not an argument. That's not an argument. That's not an argument.
It simply doesn't make any sense.
That's not even an argument. So give me specific reasons why that would harm you or the company by having that element removed.
Why would you want it removed in the first place?
Answer the question.
No, I don't, Steve.
Because you don't know. Because exactly. Because I'm right. Because you're wrong and I'm right. See, you don't. Because there is no answer.
You want me to answer the question? Yes or no?
Go ahead.
At the end of the day, all it is a profile of who you are. That's it. It is a profile. That's it. Because you want to know why the Rooney Rule exists? You want to know why affirmative action exists? Because it tried to stop business. It tried to stop companies from hiring their friends' sons and friends' daughters. That's what it did. It showed
that's nepotism.
It's 100% why that shit exists. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
That's nepotism.
You have to be fucking kidding me. It's the reason why those rules exist in the first place. Because why? Because nepotism runs rampant in life. It runs rampant in life. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I
just told you what it is. All I did is explain to you what it was.
No. Let me look at Urban Meyer, right? We both agreed that he couldn't do his job. But why do you think he got the job in the first place? Because of nepotism. Because he had a name, he had success in college. He had a name, and that's how he got the job. Was he the best guy? Was he the best guy for the job? No, he wasn't. But he got the job anyway. And the reason why affirmative action and the Rooney Rule exists is to end that. That at the end of the day, hey, come on, fucking Christ, man. So the most important, the thing is that the reason why those things existed is to end those practices. Because in these big companies, all people did was did favors for their friends and their loved ones by hiring their son who just graduated from college. Hey, my dad's a big big wig in real estate. Hey, can you give him a job in real estate? Oh, there you go. And the people who are mostly in charge of those who are mostly in charge were white. And so naturally they're gonna have white kids. It'd be like, hey, little Billy, you want to run this company when you get older? Here, you could be my vice president. No application, no nothing. Hey, since you're my blood, you're gonna be my vice president. Nepotism runs rampant. all over the place. And ethnicity is not going to change that. It's not going to change that. All it is just a profile of who you are. That's it.
That all that you just explained had nothing to do about having
But your
race removed from the application.
your thought process is, oh well, remove it so that you can get businesses not to just hire someone because they're black or because they're white or because of whatever. And I'm telling you, no, it's there because it's just who you are. That's it. It's a profile of who you are.
That when it comes to age, yes, there's a lot of jobs where it's beneficial for the job to hire, whether if it's a young guy or somebody who has a lot of experience. I understand why age is there. The sex being there, obviously, especially when it comes to jobs like in the military, or if you want to be, let's say, a police officer, for example, just using those as examples. Yes, obviously, you need to identify, what your sex is, because there are certain requirements that you have to fulfill by being a male and being a female, especially when it comes to the physical aspect of it, especially. But when it comes to race, none of that applies.
We have male cops and female cops.
None of that applies.
We have male cops and female cops. What are you talking about?
Oh, so
we have men and women in the military.
You don't even understand what I just said.
We have male and female in the military. What are you talking about?
You clearly don't even understand what I said.
No, Steve, what you're asking for, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
The reason for a lot of jobs, especially jobs like in the military, it's beneficial for you to tell what sex you are, because especially in the physical test, there's a certain requirement that a man has to pass and a woman that needs in order for her to pass. So obviously, you need to identify if you are male or female. That's obvious. You know what I'm saying? Race has nothing to do with any of that. Nothing. Absolutely zero.
So you think that race don't play a factor in job where you're dealing with mostly black men? Let's use the NFL as an example. So you're telling me that race does not play a factor when it comes to hiring a coach? Yes or no?
You saying that if race wait, what?
A race don't play a factor when it comes to communicating with let's say black players. So if it doesn't, so you're pretty much saying, oh, I don't need to know what race you are when it comes to me hiring somebody to handle situation that will involve race. So knowing what race you are, it don't matter.
No, why should it matter? If I'm looking at this application right here and you meet all the requirements, for you to do the job. This is a very nice resume. Oh, you could do this, you could do this. Oh, you could lift this many pounds. Oh, you had this many experience. Race has nothing to do if you should be able to get the job or not. Race has nothing to do if you are qualified or not. Absolutely nothing. 0%. 0.
So what's the harm of having it on the application?
Because it has nothing to do with your qualification.
What's the harm with having it on the application?
It has nothing to do with
what's the harm of having it on the application? What's the harm of having it there?
I just told you it has nothing to do with qualification.
That's not harm.
The focus should be the qualifications, your merit, your credentials, your experience. That's it.
You can have that regardless of what your race is. So why does it matter if it's there or not? Why does it matter if it's there?
It doesn't matter. Because now you can never ever use the person as a reason. Oh, he got the job because he's black or he's white or he's a woman or he's a man. Well, I shouldn't say sex. Well, when it comes to sex, certain jobs requires you to either be a man or woman. So let's get that out the way. But as far as the race part of it, that shouldn't apply at all.
But I'm asking you, what's the harm of having it on the application?
If
the most important thing is the qualification of the person, what does it matter if it's there or not?
I just explained it to you.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what race they are. It's about the qualification, right?
It's all about the qualifications.
I
So
think
why was it dumped when I said, oh, it should be removed then?
Because Steve, it's not that important at the grand scheme of things. It's what it shows you who you are.
You just said it was dumb. Why was it dumb?
It shows you who you are. Removing it, you're just picking someone blind without knowing who they are.
Wait. Well, wait. Hold on. When you dude, have you written a resume?
Yes, I read a fucking resume. What do you?
Have you done one?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so if you've done a resume, you realize that you put your experiences so you could get the job, right?
Yeah, but I also tell them if I'm black or white or not.
And
who I am.
Okay. So
wait. I'm gonna catch you right now.
No. So you're saying
I'm gonna catch you right now. So
I want to finish my
ID. No, because my ID right now should race be removed from my ID?
From your ID?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with the job?
No, it don't fucking does it need to be removed from my ID? Yes or no? Yeah. Do they need to be removed from the ID? Yes or no? Since it don't matter.
No, because that has nothing to do with the job. The ID.
Hold on. Because I can't apply for a job without an ID. They need to know my ID. They need to know that they need to know who I am, right?
These comparisons are so dumb, man.
No, it's not dumb. No, it's not dumb. Because you want to know why, Steve? Because on my ID, it shows them who I am. It shows them my height, my weight, my driver license, my ethnicity, my birthday, everything.
So how does that correspond to the job, Havenel?
Nothing.
Exactly. So why even bring it up? Why do you even bring it up? That's why I said the comparison is dumb. Why do you even bring it up? Why are you bring it up?
Because it's part of who you are. Because it's part of who you are. It's part of who you are, Steve. At the end, that's why I'm confused by what you're saying. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your ethnicity is as long as you qualify for the job. All it is
you just proved my point.
No. All it is
proved my point.
No. All it is who you are. It's an idea of who you are.
Why should that be a requirement?
Steve, it's part of the application process. Because you can say the same thing about an ID. They don't need to know.
You can't.
You can. They don't need to know my race.
No.
They don't need to know my race.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They need to identify who you are, especially if you committed, let's say, of a crime, or let's say if you try to.
What does it matter if I commit? Isn't the only thing that matters is that I committed the crime?
Okay, but how would they be able to identify?
What does my race have to do with anything?
How would they be able to identify you? How would they be able to identify you if they don't even know what you look like?
Hello, people are always gonna. That's why racist. That's why it exists. It just shows you who you are, which is part of what the application process is. It just tells all it is just tell you who you are. That's it.
When someone's looking at the application, a boss or an owner is looking at the application, they see Havenel, they see that he does this, he does this, he does this, and they say, okay, this guy is qualified. I'm gonna set an interview for him. Is he gonna know who you are once he sees you in the interview, Havenel?
No, I have to talk.
No. Once you go to the interview, isn't he going to be aware of who you are?
He'll know that I'm black or white or whatever.
Okay. Oh, so there you go. Problem solved. Problem solved.
But
He's already he already
question
knows.
is, why
Wait. He already knows who you. He already knows who you are now that he interviews you. Okay, this is a black person. He's qualified, for the job. By having that removed, now there will absolutely be no problem with the person's. Oh, you know what? Oh, this person is black. No, you know what? Let me just eliminate this person. No, oh, this person is Asian. No, I don't want an Asian person on here. No. You're not gonna have that problem.
You know that that's illegal. You know that, right? You know that's illegal.
And how? But those things are too difficult to even prove anyway.
No, it may be difficult to prove, but but it is illegal to discriminate someone when it comes to their race. It is illegal.
Okay.
But
Hoovy, if this was not an issue, we wouldn't have, especially according to you, we wouldn't have a Rooney rule in the first place, correct?
No.
So you go ahead.
The reason why we have a Rooney rule is to stop owners from doing favors for either their former coworker, or their friend's son, or whatever. That's what it's there for.
Okay.
And unfortunately, every owner except for one is white. And naturally, those people are friends with other white people, and they're going to do favors for their white sons and white daughters. That's why a Rooney rule exists.
And has it been effective? No, it has not.
No, it hasn't been effective because coaches because owners, they skirt through the rule. All like the guy said, all it is this. Hey, let's just interview one black guy just to say that we did it.
Exactly. So what does it matter?
And they end up hiring the guy that they really want.
Right. So the Rooney rule is ineffective. It doesn't do anything.
It isn't effective, but the reason why it exists is to stop what's been going on for years. Okay, has it stopped?
No, it hasn't.
No, but that's not the fault of the rule. It's not. Look, it's very hard to tell billionaires what to do, what they can and can't do. They're always going to find ways to skirt. If they want somebody, they're gonna get that person, no matter what. The reason why the rule exists is for them to police the rule, to try to police them. I think what we're confused by is that you think that the ethnicity part is used to try to hire people who are not as qualified because of their race or their sex, even though they're the same, and yet you don't want to acknowledge that either. They're the same.
What?
That you think businesses don't hire women just for the sake of hiring women? But based on your logic, they should remove that also.
I mean, you're comparing two of them again, but that's fine. That's fine.
But I mean, am I right or wrong?
I don't.
Aren't you always the guy who always laments them hiring women on the side on the sidelines of football games and stuff like that?
Am I what now?
Yeah, aren't you the one that always laments coaches hiring women in sports and shit like that?
No, what I said was that if you're going to hire a woman coach, if you're hiring them just for the sake of them being a woman, yeah, that's a problem. I have a huge problem with that. Yes.
And how do you think they find out if they're a woman or not?
How do they find out if they're a woman or not?
Mm-hmm.
Because they tell them that they're a woman.
Yeah, in the application.
But I didn't say anything about.
Just like they say that they're black or white or whatever in their application also.
I didn't say anything about removing sex. But if you want to compare the two and you think it's the same, that's fine. If you think I don't think it's the same, but if you think it's the same, that's fine. But if you're going to hire them because for the sake that they're women, then that's being a sexist.
My point is that all those things are they're just telling you who you are. That's it. That's all it is. If you should be everyone who applies for that job for the most part should be qualified. Should be qualified. Some are more qualified than others, but what they wanted to eliminate is people who are just getting jobs just because either they're famous, they got the opportunity, or they're doing a favor for a friend. That's why. But the thing is that if you're just going to remove it, it just to me it just a non it's just a non-starter. It doesn't make any sense because it's not gonna help. It's not gonna help or anything like that. It really isn't.
Yeah, but the having the Rooney rules, there it didn't solve anything.
No, it didn't solve anything because like I said, look, I'm just talking about the part about removing the ethnicity from the application process. Yeah, if you're going to remove that, you might as well remove sex also. Because if your main goal is getting the best person available, it shouldn't matter whether they're man, female, black, white, whatever, right? It should be the right person for the job, right? Yes or no?
Yeah, it should be the right person in the job. Absolutely.
All right, so why are we only removing ethnicity when everything plays a part? Where everything plays a part. Why are we only removing ethnicity?
Yeah, I think as far as the identification, I think the ethnicity part is the least you should worry about over everything else, in my opinion. That's the most in this insignificant part of the application process.
To you, it may be insignificant, but it's still at the end of the day is just telling you who you are. That's it. That's all it is.
All right, well, let's let me finish this. We got a little no, I don't want to say sidetrack, but Smith and Lakes argued that though the NFL gets many concessions from government, from hundreds of millions in state and local tax dollars for stadiums, a federal um, antitrust exemption, the league isn't subject to government oversights or requirements either, facing neither shareholders nor consumer accountability with no public board of directors or compliance reports. The government seems to content to let the NFL operate as an unbridled cartel, Smith and Laser wrote. Empowered by its antitrust exemptions, the NFL has become the wealthiest and most powerful sports league in the country. NFL owners use the league's popularity and the lack of competition to build the network financially reliant in media partners. Boy, yeah, whatever. Um, Let me see. I'm trying to say what was the other one I wanted to read. Okay, so in a league where 55% of players identify as black and 70% identify as a racial minority, currently three head coaches are black and one is Hispanic. Miami Mike McDaniel identified as biracial, but by and large, team owners are the decision makers when it comes to hiring head coaches, and the checks in place it in other large businesses don't exist for members of the NFL ownership class. Even the commissioner works for the franchise owners and isn't empowered to resolve issues of employment discrimination or hands down hiring mandates. Okay, this should be the last bit of it. The NFL system is broken, Smith said. To fix it, owners need to abandon the Rooney Rule. I 100% agree. This is where you and I are probably going to differ. He needs to abandon the Rooney Rule and replace their unchecked discretion with comprehensive requirements, which is what I said, requirements to eliminate discrimination, ensure fairness, improve diversity, and build an equitable, transparent, and accountable system. Mandating transparent process and protocols with clear goals and implementing the accountability based system that punishes non-compliance should improve diversity in the NFL and will most certainly lead to a system that is fairer than the one that currently exists. So as I was trying to say, um, it's the requirements that's the most important thing. Now they said that. Now I'm surprised that I thought that it was 60% of um of the NFL's players, that were black. But here it says 70. But I thought it was 60. But anyway, I know around, I think like there's like 25% whites, and I think only 10 Hispanics, and there's like 0 point something percent for Hispanics and Asians. But the thing that I didn't like, well, I don't really like what people say, is that, oh, because we have so many black players, but not as many black coaches. I never really liked that type of saying that, oh, because we have so many black players, black coaches should replicate that. I don't agree with that type of thinking. I don't agree with that type of thinking, because now you're installing or implementing race back into the equation all over again. To me, all that matters is the qualifications. If you are a good coach and you could coach and you have the education that you that's needed, if you display that you could display good leadership and what have you, that should be the requirements for you to get the coaching job. Not, I don't think race should play any part of it whatsoever. Do you agree with that?
No,
Okay, so you think race should play a part?
I don't think it should. I don't think it should play a major part, but it's always going to play some part.
Well, you said you disagree, so obviously you think it should play a part.
It's always going to play a. It's always going to play a part because race is the reason why there's not that many coaches in the first. Not so many black coaches in the first place. Like I said before. Now I agree. The Rooney Rule should be dead, but these implementations are not going to work either. Because at the end of the day, the one thing that we've seen from these owners is that if they have a guy who they want, they're going to hire him.
But that's how it is for any job. If an owner or a CEO, a manager, whoever sees the guy that they like, and, oh, I think this guy will fit, for this job, he or she do whatever he wants with what he owns?
Yes, but here's the problem. The problem with that is that we've seen how this goes. We've seen how this goes. They're either going to hire a famous coach, or they're going to do a favor for one of their buddies, and they're going to put that person in charge. And even though they're not qualified, you have a lot of people who are qualified but don't have the connect. Because again, it's not about what you know; it's about who you know. At the end of the day, and what the Rooney Rule tried to do was to eliminate that. They tried to eliminate that. Now, their suggestion right now is about having an open slot for 30 days, doing it like how most businesses actually do it now, where you apply, you have it's open, the position is open for 30 days. There's a set time limit. There are set requirements as far as interviewing and stuff like that. That's how it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that a lot of these owners are not going to follow suit with that. They're not going to.
They're probably. We never know. We don't really know unless these rules actually get implemented. Like, we don't really know that for sure.
No, I trust me. I don't need trust me. It's going to happen. Bless you.
Thanks.
It's going. Trust me, it's going to happen. You're always going to have one owner, and there's more than one who are not going to follow protocol.
Look, if what you're saying is true, then we wouldn't have coaches like Mike Tomlin, coaching the Steelers. If what you're saying is true, who actually won a Super Bowl, by the way.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing: the reason why he wasn't hired by the Dolphins, because that's who he interviewed first. He was interviewed by the Dolphins. The reason why he wasn't hired is because one of the higher ups said that he was too hip hop.
Who said that?
I think his name is Don Bailey. He used to work for the Dolphins. Let me ask you a question. You think that racist?
He said he's too hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say that. Yeah. saying
You know
it's
what I'm saying? Like,
saying it's two
what,
hip hop.
what,
That's kind of odd.
that is,
I guess
it is kind of odd. It's also very racist. But you think a white coach has to deal with that? The answer is no. You don't have to deal with that. Because here's the thing: if Tomlin, cause I think Tomlin got the job when he was fairly young,
yeah.
right? And I guarantee you, if that was another coach who was white, who gave all the same energy that Tomlin did, but his father knew Wayne Huizenga, who was the owner at the time, he would have gotten that job yesterday.
Okay, but okay. Although you are right, but here's the thing though. When ironically enough, I think Art Rooney, I think that owns the Steelers. I think that's his name. Art Rooney. He
Oh,
even
actually,
admit.
I think he owned. I think he owned the Giant. He either owned the Giants or the Steelers. One of those two.
Yeah, he owns the Steelers. Yeah, he owns the
Okay.
Steelers. Yeah, he even said that when he hired Mike Tomlin, it had absolutely nothing to do with the Rooney Rule. He hired him because he knew that he would fit for the job. So the Rooney Rule that was implemented even back then, he didn't even that wasn't the reason why he hired him. So although okay, even if that's the case that you are right with what happened, with the Dolphins, when he got the job, for the Steelers, that had nothing to do with the Rooney Rule anyway. It was solely because of his credentials and that he was just qualified for the job, and that should be for all people, regardless of what race you are.
But the problem is that the owners are not going to abide by that. Not going to abide by that. You keep saying, "Oh, it should be this, it should be that." The owners aren't going to listen to that. They don't care about that. They just want their guy. And on one side of your mouth, you're saying, "Oh, they're the owner. They should be able to do what they want." But you're also saying that they should just get the best guy available, get the best guy who's qualified. But I'm telling you, they don't do that. They don't. They don't do that. They just pick the guy who they choose to pick. I guarantee you that most guys who are coaches are not the most qualified. They're just the one that knows somebody who knows somebody, or related to somebody who knows somebody.
Yeah, but I have always also told you, and I know we're gonna have to wrap this up, but I also have told you that if you are going to hire people based on race, you're just adding more racism into the equation. That's why I don't like affirmative action. That's why I don't like the Rooney Rule, because if you're going to try to fight racism, you don't do that by adding more racism into the equation. You don't.
How is it racist to hire more to have more diversity? How is that racist?
No, because regardless of what the greater good you're trying to achieve, if you are going to do it based on race, that's already wrong. Because you're no better than you are no better than the white guy. You are no better than the racist white guy. You the two of you are the exact same person.
If
Both of you are racist.
if the person's qualified, what's the issue?
No, as I've said, if the person is qualified, he should have the job.
Okay, then I think the problem is that we have a chicken and the egg situation. If they're qualified, they should be hired. We all understand that, whether they're black, white, green, whatever. What I'm telling you is that owners, by and large, don't care about that either. They don't care about that. And most of the time, they're just gonna hire somebody because they're doing a favor or that's the person that they want. They're not picking the most qualified person. They're
I
not.
mean, I don't know if every single owner is like that though. I
Like,
can't agree that every
there's
owner
more.
is
I
that way.
guarantee you, there's a lot more than you think. Whatever number you think of, there's more. There's more than that. There's more than that. I guarantee you. You know who's one of those people? Stephen Ross was one of those people. Jerry Jones is one of those people. Right? Daniel Snyder is one of those people.
You
Like
think
I can go.
you think they're all racist?
No, no, I'm not saying they're all racist, but I'm telling you they're going to do what they want because they're billionaires. No one tells them what to do. So anytime you get put any type of rules to them, they're going to break it.
Do you? But at the end of the day, having you wouldn't want someone to tell you how to run your own personal business.
You're right.
I mean, you say the same way how you and I talked in private about how what people said about the podcast and how they don't like certain things that you do. And what did
Mhm.
you say? You don't want people to tell you what to do in your podcast.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, these owners has the exact same mentality as you have.
Okay,
How how dare how dare you tell me what to do, who I can and cannot hire, right?
but your requirement is to hire the best person. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
So you think that hiring whoever you want is hiring the most qualified person? You think
If
that's how they that's you think that's how they think?
they if they want to win, absolutely.
'Cause I'll tell you right. I'll tell you, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'll tell you this was one secret right now. Most owners don't care about winning. They care about making money.
Well,
They care
if
about making money.
you make more money when you win.
Not entirely, not exactly. The St. Louis Rams won a Super Bowl, and they're not in. Notice where they play currently. The St. Louis Rams won a Super Bowl. They won.
Yes.
And where they're at now? They still playing St. Louis?
No.
Nope. They play in Los Angeles. Most coaches care more about most owners care more about making money than winning. And if they do care about winning, it's not about the money. It's about bragging rights.
Your mic.
It's making noise.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But like I was saying, it's still making noise.
No, it's good now.
Okay. So like I was saying, like you're saying that they should hire the right guy, but you're also saying that they should hire whoever they want. I'm telling you, they hire whoever they want. It's not always the guy who's most qualified. And
Okay. Okay. But
what they want to do is they want to eliminate that.
yeah, but again, if you're going to use race as a requirement, like for example, like how it was done in affirmative action, you pretty much strip everyone the power to control their own destiny anyway. What
Huh?
all the hard work and all the dedication and passion and desires and preparation that everybody put, they're automatically disqualified because for the sake of we need more diversity. So you eliminate everyone based on race anyway.
I,
That's
I
not
wouldn't
good.
I wouldn't go that far. I definitely wouldn't go that far. Because the problem is that now everyone works hard, but now you have to remember a lot of these jobs are going to people who don't have to work as hard, who have connects. Like again, if you're qualified, you'll get the job. Like you'll get a job. The problem is that you have a lot of people who don't have the connects, and the people who have the connects are people who look like who are white. Is this reality? Because in the NFL, like we'll use that as an example, every owner except for one is white, and obviously they're going
Yeah,
like
the only minority owner is the one I think in Jacksonville, right?
mhm,
Yeah.
who, ironically enough, is part owner of AEW.
Oh, that I didn't know. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Because his son owns the company, but like obviously he put his money in or whatever. But I think the thing is that when you have like again affirmative action, I understand what you're saying, but the reason why it's there is so that you don't have these Fortune 500 companies just hiring their friends' sons and friends' daughters, or doing a favor for another guy. And most common times, the people who are doing those favors are doing favors for other people who they know who more than likely will be white. That's why affirmative action exists. Because if you have people who are qualified for the job, then they should at least have a fair shake as far as trying at least being able to get the job.
Mm-hmm.
At least get a fair shake, because again, like look at what happened with that dude's name, Brian Flores, the guy who used to coach the Dolphins. He didn't get a fair shake um with the Dolphin job. He didn't get a fair shake. He got put in a bad situation where he had a bunch of garbage players on the team,
Yeah.
and then when he got them to win, 2 out of 3 years, what happened? What did he get for? He got fired.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got fired. There's no and you can't tell me that a white guy gets that same treatment. I don't think a white guy gets that same treatment.
Okay.
You
Bold
know what I'm
statement,
saying?
but
Like,
okay.
yeah, it is bold, but I'm just telling you, like the only white guy I can remember who got fired after a winning season is Marty Schottenheimer. I think San Diego went 14-2, but I think they lost in the first round, or at least they
Okay.
lost in the not first round because they had a bye. They lost in the divisional round. He got fired. He got fired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, I look at the years of nepotism that's gone on, not only in football, but in all sports and all businesses. It's been that way for years, and that's why these programs exist, to cut that off. It doesn't mean, oh, I'm only hiring black people here and there. No, it's what it's there for is an opportunity for those people to get an opportunity to interview for the job and actually have a chance at the job. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, with the Rooney Rule, what ended up happening is a lot of these owners circumvented the system. They were like, okay, we'll interview one black guy, and then once we interview the black guy, we'll wait a couple of days, and then we'll hire the white guy that we really wanted, or we'll hire the coach that we really wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to me, that's a problem. To me, that's a
Well,
problem.
yeah, because they found loopholes. They found ways, to bypass it, which is why I think what this guy is saying, I think would be more effective than, because like you said, it's like any other job.
Uh-huh.
Or it's like an open house, if you will, for everyone. Everyone applies. Here's the time limit. I think that is a far better, more effective than a Rooney Rule. So shout out to him. I don't think they're going to apply that, but I think that would actually work, which is why I actually wanted to make it a topic, because I thought
I,
it was very interesting. Go ahead.
I do wonder if the owners are gonna would listen. I don't think they will, because I think they like the way the Rooney Rule is currently,
Oh, you think they like it? Okay.
so that they can circumvent it.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
Okay.
yeah, so I mean that's pretty much it. I mean the only thing we really disagreed upon is whether ethnicity should be on the application. I just don't understand why is such a big deal for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is, because I don't think that has anything to do with it, and I think you eliminate the chances of anything being a race issue, because now, by not knowing if the person is black or white, you all you see is the qualifications, and it just makes you become more transparent by default, because you're just looking at the qualifications of who the person is, and whatnot. But I
I,
understand it. But
yeah.
but I get it.
Yeah. So one comment from Ryan, he said, "Billy don't know dick about how my business is run, but because he's my son, he's more than qualified for the job." And that's what they're trying to eliminate.
Well, that's going to happen, regardless. Especially if it's a company that started, 'cause look, everybody has a family, and by having a family, if you had a job, you most likely you want to pass it down to your son as well.
As
So
far as like family business, I can understand that.
okay,
But if he's not qualified, if my son's not qualified, then there's no way in hell I'm giving him the job.
Okay, you're gonna give it someone outside the family.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
That's what I shit. That's what Vince McMahon did. Let's be real. That's what Vince McMahon did. Essentially, did.
Well, I mean, he. Well, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. Yeah. And listen, Stephanie qualified to do the job, but he was like, I'm good. I'm just gonna sell it to this. I'm just gonna sell it to this company, and hopefully, I stay in power, and that's it.
And that's it. He did his thing.
Nolan cap. Let's cap off this with this comment: nepotism at its finest.
Yep.
But on that note, let's. Why not set your child up? Ruben said.
Oh yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah.
No, you can't. No, you can. But you can set him up with money. But I don't want a buffoon running my company. I'll give him whatever money he wants. I'll give him the money. But if he's a buffoon, then I ain't letting him run the company so he could burn it to the ground. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But on that note, let's get out of here. So, like I said, I will keep you guys updated on Discord when we can do this this top 100 games of all time list. Like I said, the goal is to do it on Discord and kind of record it on Discord. And if you want to join in the chat, do that. Like I said, I'm gonna be. I do have some stuff I have to do this week, but like I said, I'm definitely gonna look into it and see if we can get this set up and have like a community event or whatever to celebrate the 100 episode. I set him up with work, not at a high position.
That's exactly what you should do, Hoovy. Instead of saying, "Oh no, you're not qualified." No, you forget it.
No. If he wants to work, that's fine. But at some point, I get what he's saying. But he's always gonna have an advantage because you are his son. And if he can prove that you can do the job, then he's gonna move up quicker.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we're gonna say he can be an employee. But yeah, so like I'll keep you guys updated on the Discord about how I can do this. All right. Did you sneeze or cough?
Sneeze.
All right. Bless you again. Anyways, Ruben, thank you for watching. Nolan, thank you for watching. Ryan, thank you for watching. Critical Drop, thank you for watching. Brian, thank you for watching. F, thank you for watching. Conspiracy Agent, thank you for watching. Rodolphe, thank you for watching.
Okay. You got Ryan?
Yeah, I got Ryan.
Ryan. Okay.
Joe, thank you for watching. Conspiracy Agent, thank you for watching. Ibrahim, thank you for watching.
Shout out to your sister too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shout out to my sister for watching.
Yes.
So I have to listen back because I was too busy trying to get my niece's attention, my youngest niece's attention. So I'll listen back to that. But yeah, man, this is Movie 186. Mosa, thank you for watching as well, bro. I almost forgot about you. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for making this a special episode 100, and here's to 100 more.
The worst 100 episode of all time.
No, it's not. Relax. No, it's not.
All right, the most overrated 100 episode of all time.
I wouldn't even go that far.
You leaving and mic issues and all that stuff. Yeah.
But thankfully, my internet has been good for the most part. So that's an encouraging sign.
Yeah. So. But once again, thanks to you all for watching. Summers, I really appreciate you. I'm still trying to figure out who exactly you are, Summers. Maybe you could let us know. But man, big shout out to you for coming in, and I really appreciate all of you. If you guys could just like and subscribe and share this show, and whether if it's on Facebook, IG, Twitter, wherever, and we will continue to make more. So, but with all that being said, we will see you again next week. I don't know what we're doing on Thursday.
Next week.
All right, so we'll see you all next week. This is the Traditionalist 101 signing out. Have a good one.
All right, 186. Later, guys.